Interesting. I'll deal with it in a moment. Greetings, greetings. Hey now, I love you, 360. In a building. What it is, y'all. Today's such a beautiful day. I said, dude, I can't tell you how much I love your vibe. You can. You can go ahead. Go ahead and tell me. No. I'm wonderful. How are you? So many wonderful things happening this way. I am feeling it. I am feeling it in the most beautiful way. Like, I can't even begin to explain to you all of the, how do I say, all of the blessings and new information and travels and releases and just all of these wonderful things happening to me and for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even begin to explain to you just how beautiful it's been, how naturally flowing it's been. Like, when I say it's been beautiful, it's been beautiful. My kind of beautiful. You know, my kind of free, my kind of clear, my kind of joy, my kind of peace. Like, it's just been one after another. Namaste. Om. What it is, Goddess, how are you, beautiful? Thank you for sending me the video of the snow where you are. I love the snow. I ain't trying to be in it, but I love the snow. I love watching it, I should say, from the window, the menu. I'm gonna stop eating. That's what you gonna have to stop doing. That's what you gonna, yeah. Said, let me pray, gonna come back for sure. Said, thought you said 5. I ain't never said 5. Said, Live Masso, sir, when you said naps only last night, I woke up at 4 a.m., couldn't go back to bed for the life of me. I couldn't go back. I woke up at the same time. I couldn't go back to sleep either. I've been up since 4 this morning, and I still feel good. I still feel focused. I know science tells us we're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep a night, but that's for normal people. Ain't nothing normal about you. You don't need that much when you're awakened. You don't need that much when you embrace who you are. You rest easy because you're not trying to use sleep to escape from your real life. And so it's more beneficial for you. You get what I'm saying? Greetings, everyone. Greetings to everyone coming in. We're going to get started momentarily. Everybody just hold fast. Get your piece of paper, your pencil, and your pen. You know what I'm saying? Because we finna go in today. Today is day 8 of the 52 days of ritual. Today's ritual is embracing your gifts. So let's go. I listen to Breaking Curses. Oh, wow. Perfect. The Breaking Generational Curses was amazing. We're going to have a live one day for breaking actual curses for just you and your life on what you're focused on for yourself. I don't know what day that's going to be, but I'll figure it out. And that day, that's going to be big too. That's going to be big. That's going to be major. You know what I'm saying? And since Instagram was being a jerk to me and they kept shutting down my live, I'm not going live on Instagram anymore for the 52 days of ritual. What I'm going to do is for those that want to catch up on what I got going on, just in case you have to miss it a certain day or whatever the case may be, you'll be able to go to my YouTube and watch it. Because I just uploaded yesterday's on my YouTube page, Wild Wealthy Shaman. Same name over there, same name everywhere. You can go to my YouTube and watch it. And I kind of like it over there on YouTube because it's been a minute since I put any focus into my YouTube page. And I think it would be great to post these videos. Although everybody's like, you know, you get more traffic with the shorts. I just want to tell everybody what we're doing here is different. I'm not really worried about popularity. Like, I want effectiveness. I want success. I want to see my bank account look like my follow account. I want to change lives, not just inspire. I want to change lives. Said the discernment spell, super effective. I know, right? Said your purpose is so much bigger. Exactly. Exactly. And I've had a lot of time to really sit down and think about it, because as a business person, I kept thinking about the popularity, but popularity don't mean anybody's going to shop and or support your business. It just means they like what they saw for that moment. And I'm not trying to please people momentarily. No, I'm not trying to please people at all. I'm trying to help people. I ain't even trying. I'm helping people. And so therefore, so can you teach us how to make a void jar too? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. That's something from the personals. But yeah, like, the more I sat and thought about it, the more I embraced the idea of starting over. So this is me starting over. You know what I'm saying? This is me starting over on the build, starting over on the platform, you know, without deleting everything and, you know, ghosting everybody. No, I'm just going to build up something solid, a solid support team, a solid support team, a solid fan base, if you will, and solid clientele. Not just, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I like this mantra, it's pretty cool. I found that most people are like saving my mantra to their favorites who don't even follow me. That's how I know people come and just use. Because I try to, anybody who leaves a comment that says, oh, I love this one, I'm going to use this one too, and I go to their page and they're not following me, it's very disturbing, because I'm like, why aren't you following me? And then I think to myself, again, that's one of those things that's my fault. Like, that's one of those things that's my fault. I didn't set up my brand like that. I just kept throwing stuff out there for everybody to take and use. So now we're taking it in a different direction. And me personally, I'm proud of the direction we're taking it in. Like, I'm proud of the direction we're taking it in, because I just want to help. Like, I'm so happy about it. Thank you for the gifts. Yeah, the other lives will be on YouTube. It's just gonna take me a minute. It took like 3.5 hours just to upload the one that I did yesterday. So it's gonna take me a little minute, but I'm gonna try to get them on there before the night is out. You know what I'm saying? You do the math though. It's gonna take a minute, so just be patient with me. But yeah. Said I remember your early days for you, and to watch your journey is nice. Your courage is beautiful. Thank you. It took me a long time to get to this point, just to be confident in what I was really offering and, bringing to the table. I don't have to be directed by what everybody says is popular, because I've seen what happens to popular people. Today is embracing gifts. Like, today is embracing gifts. Today is one of the... So I'm going to need y'all double tapping that screen. I'm going to need y'all sharing the live. Bring your peoples in. We not even finna play today. Like, we finna go in about these gifts, because I want you leaving this live today, not only with the blessing of the ritual that will be performed during this live, but also the clarity and the confidence in your gifts. For those of you who don't understand, it's your first time here, this is day 8 of the 52 days of ritual, and today's theme for the ritual is embracing your gifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, and I know a lot of people are nervous about their gifts and worried about their gifts, and I hope today that I can bring you some clarity and bring some light to just how amazing your gifts truly are. Because if we keep avoiding our gifts, our prosperity will begin to avoid us also. Greetings. Go to the grocery store. It won't take you that long. Go. You'll be fine. But if we keep avoiding our gifts, our prosperity will avoid us also. And it's coming to the point now where, for me personally, I don't want to hear nobody's excuses. In this live, we're going to break down the barriers, Today's ritual is gonna be like a cleansing of your gifts and an opening of your gifts. So if you don't know what your gifts are, hold tight, because this part of this ritual is unfolding your gifts for you too. So don't think, oh, I don't have no gifts, or I don't know what my gifts are, so it don't really matter. It matters. It matters, because you wouldn't gripe about your gifts if you didn't have any. People who aren't gifted don't think about gifts all day. You know what I'm saying? They just think about life and what they want to do next and where they want to go and what they want to eat for dinner. But you gripe about your gifts all the time. You gripe about whether or not you have power or not. You know you have power. You've been getting evidence of it here and there, little bits and pieces, and you don't know exactly how to embrace that. You don't know exactly how to move with that. You don't know exactly how to, shake off the nervousness and the worry about it. And today I want to help you break down those walls, break down those barriers. Because it's time. It's time. It is beyond time. That's why I said I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm tired of hearing excuses. Everybody got excuses. You can conjure up an excuse quicker than you can conjure up a solution. And that's the problem. You have an excuse. Every excuse that you've made. No live on Instagram, because Instagram keeps cutting my live off and I don't like that. It's very unprofessional. And on top of that, I can't save it when they cut it off. Like, I can't save it at all. Like, it's not there. It's not around. They kick me out of the page altogether to where I have to log back in and send this special code to my phone and all of this crap. Like all of this crap just to get back into my Instagram. Like, no, I'm just going to let it rest. I'm going to let it be. I'll most likely post clips on my Instagram, but everybody from my Instagram that's over here, what you can do is go to my YouTube in a few hours after the live, and any live that you missed, you'll be able to watch it on there, okay? Don't think you got to miss out on it, because you don't. You don't. There's always a way, and I'm going to always find a way to get this information to y'all, okay? Say, oh, Instagram doesn't like you. It's probably people on Instagram who don't like me. Y'all think TikTok got haters. Instagram is way worse. People on TikTok will dislike you just because they chose to dislike people today. They have no valid reason to dislike you. They claim they felt your energy and it didn't feel right. Although you're trying to feel somebody's energy without their permission is totally dirty. But anyway, we're not even finna go there. On Instagram, people dislike your level of success. They'll see you doing numbers, and I don't even do numbers on Instagram. I don't even do numbers on Instagram. The total people that be in my live on Instagram be like 24, 25 people. And somebody's always jealous. Somebody always got something to say. Or they don't say nothing and then they just report the live. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just sit back and they throw hate without saying it out loud because they know I'm going to block them. That means hating is something that they love to do. And I can't stop people from hating. I can't stop people from disliking me. I can't stop people from embracing my information. Instagram, my limit for my Instagram is 2.5 hours. They kicked me off before that yesterday. And they said it was some type of violation, and then I had to log back into my account. It was weird. But it's not the first time that they've done it. Like, it's not the first time they've done it, so I can't. This ritual is embracing your gifts. We're going to be unblocking, unlocking, cleansing, and learning to love who and what we are. So they mad because you bring nothing but positive vibes. And it's okay, because they can't really stop me, because I'm not doing anything wrong. And you only have so many injustices to push against me before I push back. And when I push back, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. I can only take so much. So I thank each and every one of you for your support. I thank y'all for coming through to these rituals. This is day 8. Y'all been rocking with me for 8 days straight. 8 days straight. And that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. Like, I love y'all 360. I love you beyond your wildest imagination, beyond your greatest amount of understanding. I love you. And I embrace you, and I embrace your journey. And I'm here to assist. And I hope everybody understands that. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody doesn't have a problem with donation-based rituals, because if you do, you can go ahead and leave too. But if you don't have a donation to make for today's ritual, I still want you to stay. I still want you to stay. I still want you to be a part of this. I still want you to learn how to embrace your gifts. And wait till y'all hear this incantation. Oh my God. It had me so hype. It had me so, I was sitting here just listening back to it, and I was like, oh yeah, because it's a ritual. It's a ritual in an incantation. I can't wait to release these out on my website for purchase for rituals. You know what I'm saying? Like where everybody can just go shop. You know what I mean? Like just go shop, like go have a ball. Yeah, that's just fine. That's just fine. Like, so today's topic / ritual / cleansing / activation / is embracing gifts. No, it's okay, Bailey, if they screen record certain parts, just not the part where I play the incantation. Because I would love that kind of support from the community too, where everyone's posting clips like I always see of other coaches online, you know, your favorite clips. Said it just seems kind of messed up that you say people have to donate to you to use your mantra. It's not messed up, it's just the rules. Nobody can give me a valid reason for why I should just give it away for free, because it's not a mantra, it's a spell. I sell magic. I made that clear on my TikTok page, on my Instagram page, my Facebook, my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's not messed up. I don't believe I should have to give away everything to people. There are plenty of people willing to give everything to you for free. I'm just not one of them anymore, because it doesn't really do anything for me. And I'm not a martyr for other people's journeys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a martyr. Thank you. I'm owning it. I'm owning my worth. It's okay. It's okay. I'm owning my worth. Like I don't feel ashamed of it. People, and I'm not the person that commented, so let's be clear. People used to make me feel guilty when I first started doing counseling and readings and sessions. That's what people used to say all the time. Oh, you can't charge for spiritual services. And it's because they wanted it for free. Said cost of living is rising. He has to earn a living. Even if the cost of living wasn't rising, I would still be charging people. Even if I lived for free, I would still be charging people. Like it just don't make no sense. And I think that it's nice of me to do donation based, although I could have just set a price. I gave you the money mantra for free. I gave you the dream mantra for free. I gave you the true love mantra for free. What more do you want from me? Exactly. I used to charge $65 for the online rituals. And no, I'm not angry. Like, let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'll let y'all know how to donate for these live rituals when we get to that part. Okay? Y'all just hold tight. We'll get there. Okay? We'll get there. These live rituals during the 52 days of rituals are donation-based rituals. Yeah, the True Love Mantra. It's on my page. No, it's not offensive for you to say Ashe and be white. You can say it. It's a power word. It's a power word. You're fine. It's not offensive. Well, it's not offensive to me. I know people of the community of my color would be like, I don't know about all of that, but nobody hears you when you're in your home by yourself. Don't nobody have your cell phone tapped. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to report you to the, to the Black Ashe Caucus. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. So you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You can say Ashe. Or you can say whatever it is you say to end all your prayers. Amen, Amin, Amun, Somote Be. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one to tell people what you can and can't say. I mean, there's a word you know you can't say, but it's a word. That's one word. You know what I mean? Say, yeah, the Black Squad ain't gonna pull up. We got other things to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right to it. Today's ritual is embracing your gifts. Today's ritual is embracing your gifts. Each and every one of you watching this live right now has a gift. That's why you're here. That is why you are here. Because you have a gift. You have a purpose. You have something that's very unique that you bring to the table of life. You may have some issues with embracing it, but that's why we're doing this today. And I want to tell you before I go too deep into gifts and how they operate and what could be going on with you and your gifts, I want to tell you your gift is worth it. Your gift is worth it. You're worthy of having that gift, and you're worthy of presenting that gift to the world. You don't have it for nothing. Like you don't have that gift for nothing. You don't have that gift because it's just a gift for you to have and walk around with just to say you're gifted. You have a gift to use. It is something, a tool that you use to make room for yourself in this world. I know a lot of people, especially in the spiritual community, would have you think that your gifts are for them, only for them. You got this gift because it's for them. You know, you're supposed to do this for the world. You're supposed to do that for the world, but your gift is for you first. It's for you first, because until you use it for you, how will you know how to present it to the world? It's a golden question. If you haven't used your gift for yourself yet, how will you know how to present said gift to the world? How will you know how to give people what they need when they need it if you're too afraid to embrace the gift for yourself? A lot of you are clairvoyant. A lot of you got the clairs. You know what I'm saying? The family of clairs. A lot of you have great energy. You do great energy work. A lot of you have multiple types of skill sets. These are all gifts that you possess, but you're nervous about presenting them to the world because you don't think the world's going to embrace them. And the reason that you think the world isn't going to embrace your gifts is because you have yet to embrace your gift. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? For those of you, if this is your first day in here, this is the 52 days of ritual, day 8. Embracing your gifts. The whole live is a ritual. I know you ain't never seen it like this before, but I'm an activator, an enhancer, which means that every word that comes from my mouth will integrate into your soul. And I promise you, I won't say nothing to turn you away from just how amazing you are. I'm finna turn you on to just how amazing you've always been. These are donation-based rituals. But if you absolutely don't have a donation, when I ask for the donation for the rituals, I still want you to be a part of it. I don't want you to sit in here and feel ashamed, because there's a lot of people in here right now don't have a cent to their name, but that don't mean that you don't deserve to be blessed. You understand? That doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be blessed. So I want you to be here. Said, what if you was told you will never make money and you can only make it using your gifts? There's truth in the second part of your statement. Of you can only make money using you will only be able to make money using your gifts. And I'll tell you why that's true. Because a lot of people hear that and they think, oh, that's negative, because there's so many different other ways to make money. But your gifts is something that you love. And when you do something you love, the momentum picks up to bring you prosperity. You understand? The momentum will pick up to bring you prosperity, and therefore it is something that you will continue to do. You will always do. You will always love to do, and you will always grow within. But when you do things that you don't love, when you do things you feel you have to do for too long, you start to ignore the fact that you're gifted based off of survival. And so you're just trying to survive. And so you start to embrace things that you hate. But when you do things that you hate, you don't do them fully. You don't do them fully. You don't give it your all. You give it just enough for you to get some money, and then you move on from it. You know what I'm saying? You do just enough for you to get some money, and then you move on from it. And so, when they say stuff like, oh, well, you will only be able to make gifts, you will only be able to make money off your gifts, it's true in essence. Because any amount of money that you're making doing things you don't love to do, you're bound to treat that money disrespectfully. And what I mean by disrespectfully, you're bound to spend it on your addictions. You're bound to just splurge with it because you feel so tired from doing what you don't like to do, from doing what you don't love to do, that you feel you need to splurge with your abundance in order to feel complete and happy. The beautiful thing about your gifts is when you've provided, like let's say the intuitives that's watching right now, right? And welcome to everybody that's in here. For the intuitive that's watching, right? You do a reading for a client, right? And you've busted a new layer during this reading. Do they ever go away? No, they go to sleep, but we'll get to that. They don't ever go away. They go to sleep. 3:24 o'clock, I shade. But look, like you do a reading for a client, right? And you go deeper than you've ever gone during a session. Is that not fulfilling? Will you get done with that session, no matter how much it may cost? When you get done with that session, will you go to the store and splurge? Or will you sit for a few hours in just how amazing the work you just performed was? You're going to sit there and you're going to think, man, that was really beautiful. Because it's fulfilling. And when you're fulfilled, you don't splurge. When you're fulfilled, you can't wait for the next one. When you're fulfilled, you can't wait to see just how much deeper you can go. But a lot of you are submitted to things in your life that don't fulfill you. You're doing what you have to do versus what you love and want to do. And when you submit to things that you don't love and that you don't want to do, you become a slave to other people's desires and dreams. And when you start building somebody else's foundation, it hurts your heart to watch their success. Even if you're not an intuitive in here, because not everybody is an intuitive, not everybody does readings or spirit work. I don't care if you braid hair. When you do that one client's hair and you slay, I'm talking about when you slay. I'm talking about when you do your best work ever, that you done took 65 freaking pictures of their hair because you can't believe how beautiful you did. No matter how long it took you, you are fulfilled. Instantly. Right after you finish, fulfilled. And so whatever money you make from that job that you just performed is set to multiply because you're not splurging to fulfill something inside of yourself. But a lot of you are afraid of your gifts. A lot of you are insecure about your gifts. A lot of you feel like your gifts don't matter. A lot of you feel like your gifts ain't enough. A lot of you feel like your gifts are being used and abused by other people. A lot of you feel like your gifts are blocked. And a lot of you feel like you don't have any gifts at all. And it's not true. It's not true. Said, I think I lack the belief that I truly have gifts. And yet you get evidence of it all the time, do you not? And yet you get evidence of it all the time, do you not? You get evidence of it often. You don't want to believe in it because you don't think that it's okay for you to use what you were blessed with to make room for you in this world. Says, sincere question. Don't be afraid to ask questions, okay? Sincere question. Can you give your gifts away? Not exactly, but you can let someone use your essence if a part of their gift is, in a sense, body jumping or borrowing the essence of people. You can't really give it away, but you can be convinced that you gave it away. You can be convinced that you gave it away. And so that convincing of you giving it away makes all signs point to, what's the word that I'm trying to say? It makes all signs point to you don't have it. Somebody else has it. Some of you are activators and you don't even know what an activator is. I know there's plenty of stuff on the internet about it, but the truth is an activator can only activate that which they are. And so you run into people that are similar to you. So if you operate in any of the clairs, when you run into someone, you activate that clair in them. And so it appears that they took your gift. But the truth is they didn't take it. What you're really dealing with is insecurity about your own gift. And so you see them happy about theirs, and you remember when you were happy about yours. And it makes you feel jealous. And if you can't admit that you're jealous, what you're doing is blocking your potential of embracing the gift that you possess. You see them walking confidently in what you just activated in them, and you wondering where your confidence is. Because some of you don't believe in just how powerful you are. Said, can it be blocked if you have brain damage due to a truck wreck? No. Your mind and what happened to you left some type of imprint on you, and that imprint is trying to convince you that your gifts are blocked. The brain or the body or the cells in the body are merely in support of your gift. They try to contain your gift. Sometimes when you deal with brain damage, right? You said you got in an accident, it's a truck accident, right? When you deal with any brain damage, if your brain used to be the center where your gift operated from, you didn't lose it, it moved. Now you have to operate with it from another place, because you don't even perform the same because your brain is damaged. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't perform the same. So even if your gifts were still unlocked or not braced against the wall, even if your gifts were still operating fully like they used to be, you wouldn't be able to operate at the same level that you used to. It didn't change in power, it just changed positions. It just changed positions. Now, instead of it being a mind power, it could be a heart power. Now, instead of it being a heart power, it becomes more verbal. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever put your gifts in the way of sacrifice, where no matter what happened to you, I fell off of a mountain. When I say I hit everything on the way down, I hit everything on the way down. I thought my life was over. Come to find out, it had just begun. Because your gifts are not something that will stay the same forever. They will always grow and unfold in miraculous ways, but you have to allow them to do so. You understand? You have to allow your gifts to do so. They are going to forever evolve. A lot of y'all, visualization is hard, so that's why I feel, stop saying that. Visualization is not hard. Visualization is just no longer happening in your head. Now bring what you see in your head into the physical. Matter of fact, I got an exercise for you just real quick, right? You hear this? What did you see? What did you just see? Because I wanna break you out of that cage you putting yourself in. What did you see when you heard it? Nothing. Now, let me break you out of your cage. Visualization, sight, is not only a product of the eye. Sight is a product of the ear. Your sight is in all of your senses. Your sight is in all of your senses. Visualization may have been fun because it allowed you to escape from one reality to the other. You know what I'm saying? But sight is in all of your senses. Because if I'm sitting here right now on this couch and all I hear is, I heard a car. I heard a car. I don't need to see what I heard because my ears confirmed what my eyes would have usually seen, 333 on the clock. If I breathe and I smell something really sweet, my mind is going to identify the smell. Once it's identified, it was the scent that saw it. Sight is not only a product of the eye. Sight is everything. I know your sight works whether you see it or not. Because if you standing next to a wall, right, and something brushes your arm, like really lightly, like light as a feather, or maybe a piece of string, you're gonna think a couple things. Either you ran into a spider web, there's a bug on you, or something's trying to crawl on you. Those things are two visualization. I'm telling you, all of that is visualization. What needs to be removed is fear. Thank you for the universe. Panic blocks your gifts. Fear blocks your gifts. And I do mean block them, because spirit is trying to help you not walk through life afraid. So what you're afraid of is taken away from you or kept away from your perception or your sight. And so when you're afraid of your gifts, when you are afraid of your gifts, it's hidden from you, not taken from you, not closed. It's hidden. Some of you used to have very, very prophetic dreams. Now you don't see, and I got to touch on a bunch of subjects. It's going to appear like I'm bouncing all over the place. And that's because I'm talking in and through you. So just stay with me. A lot of you used to have a lot of prophetic dreams. A lot of you used to have dreams where you seen the truth and then it would come to pass, right? Now, as of lately, you don't see nothing. You want to know why? And I'm going to give you some peace. I'm going to give you some peace on why you don't see them like you used to. Or what you see don't make no sense to you. Because you didn't embrace it when you had it. Let it integrate. You didn't embrace it when you had it. Okay, I'm going to play the position of your spirit guides real quick, because I know y'all been talking to them obsessively about your gifts. This is why I chose this for today's ritual. I'm going to play the role of your spirit guide real quick. You keep asking me about your gifts. Every time I show you actively what your gift is, because some of you want to be told. For some of you, it needs to be revealed in your actions. You've been asking me, and I kept showing you. You didn't embrace it. Why should I keep showing you? Why should I keep the gateway open for you to travel if you hate traveling? Why should I keep the channel clear for your clairvoyance when you hate what you see? I know we look at our gifts and we think about the movies. Who do you think they modeled the movies after? Us. They made it more whimsical so that it was something you could embrace. There's a beautiful side to your gifts. Yes, you can get it back. There's a beautiful side to your gifts, and there's an ugly side to your gifts. The ugly side is usually the truth, because the truth is some of you have been avoiding just how gifted you are for so long that it's going to take you to look through the ugly in order to see just how beautiful things are. If you are someone who plays in the crossroads, and for those of you that do that, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say it, so I ain't even got to explain it. You play in the crossroads. That's why you dream of dead people. You may be tired of seeing it, but the beautiful part about your gift is you're one of the only few who does. Mediums don't even see like you do. You're so gifted, you can handle caseloads of people who have already crossed over, which means they don't have to waste energy coming back to the side looking for assistance because you stand at the crossroads to give assistance. Of course, every case is not going to be beautiful. I'll give you 2 examples because I do this. I cross spirits. I'll give you two different cases, okay? For me personally. One time I was on a travel, and I think I told this story before, but now that we're talking about gifts, I have to tell it again. I popped up at a funeral. Of course you don't want to be there. Yes, being able to read the room is a gift. You're not reading the room, you're reading the atmosphere. I'll get back to that. So, I pop up at a funeral. Nobody wants to be at a funeral. Nobody. Not even the person that they're attending the funeral for. Nobody wants to be at a funeral. I'm at the funeral and everybody's around this casket and they're crying and they're weeping over a girl in the casket. And it was disturbing. I'm talking about disturbing because of the way they were weeping. And me being empathic, what you think I'm in there doing? They in there, oh God, and I'm in there like, oh God, you know what I'm saying? I'm in there like, oh God. And it's a girl standing outside of the group of them. And she's like, guys, what are you crying for? I'm standing right here. Holy crap, it's her funeral. What do? Do I run and hide? Because how do I handle this? How will you know how to handle something until you start handling it? Some of you need to embrace your gifts in the sense of you need to use them in order to learn how to use them. It'll never even itself out or be well balanced until you apply balance. Sometimes you can't balance it because you haven't used it in so long that when it break back out, it's too strong for you to handle. But we get so sensitive and we get so up in arms about it. Like, this is just too much for me to handle. It's too much because you've been avoiding it for too long. But let me continue. She looks at me and he looks at me. And I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him. But for real, it was how it happened. We looking at each other, and I'm looking at her. And she immediately walks up to me. And she says, why are they crying? This is the moment where the gift becomes a challenge. Because how do you tell someone they're dead? So she comes to me, she's like, why are they crying? I'm right here. I said, I'm so sorry, sweetheart, they can't see you. I said, your time has ended and it's time for you to go. She started weeping. I started weeping. I said, don't worry about them. They will be fine, but it's time for you to go. And we walked outside and we got in this big, it looked like a Hummer. We got in this big red truck and I literally drove that soul into the sunset, like into the sun, drove her into the sun. That was the first time I ever crossed the spirit. I'll give you 2 more examples because I need to talk to the people who play at the crossroads and the mediums real quick. Okay? Second story. I'm in another dimension and this man is carrying his daughter and she's dead. And he's weeping and he's crying. He didn't know that his daughter was a real earth angel. Not the fake earth angels, because everybody says it whimsically. Like, oh, I'm an earth angel, because it feels good to say. She was a real earth angel. That's part of the reason why she died young. He's weeping. He's weeping. And he hands me his dead daughter. It's too much, right? He hands me his dead daughter. And as I'm sitting here holding this limp body, she wakes up for just a second, just to look at me. And I look at him and I tell him it's okay. She has to go. Earth angels don't stay long. And there was this basin. It was like, it looks like we were standing in like a big cathedral, like a Catholic cathedral. There was this big basin and it had pink water. And I dissolved the angel in the pink water and flushed it like a toilet, like put my hand over it. It went around in a swirl and he's weeping and he's weeping and he's weeping. I said, it's okay. She'll always be with you. You had a real angel in your life. Woke up, had the saddest day of my life because I was just sitting there like, that's crazy. I don't even know how anyone would be able to handle that. Mediums, I'm talking to you, because part of the reason why your gift is draining you is because you're not walking in it fully. Death doula, part of the reason why it's so frustrating embracing it is because you're not embracing it fully. People who play at the crossroads, you stay at the crossroads. Death is always around you no matter what you do. It's because you haven't embraced it fully yet. It will not get beautiful until you find the beauty in it, because I found it beautiful and honorable that I was able to cross an angel. Story number 3, the scariest one to date. There's many of them, but this is the scariest one to date. I'm walking through a casino, and it's huge crowds of people, and they're throwing herbs on me. First of all, these were people from this realm. I know it, because one lady said, please let me know when they invite you out to California to speak. And I'm like, okay. But I was distracted because there was this little girl. We were in a casino. There was this little girl, and I'm wondering, my first thought, what the hell are you doing in a casino? Why are you in a casino? And so I point at her. I said, come here. Like, I did just like that. I was like, come here, because I don't know why this little girl is in a casino. So I'm thinking protect her immediately, right? Because I'm a protector. I said, come here. She starts to run. I start running after her. Like, what? Like, why are you running? She runs in this store, and the guy standing in front of the store, he blocks me. He said, you can't come in here. I said, bruh, I'm coming in there. Like, I'm coming in. I said, did you not see that little girl running here? And she runs out, and she runs into the utility closet. And this is just like the scary movies, because when she runs into the utility closet, it's dark, and I'm goofy. I don't care what dimension I'm in. I don't even care if I'm not lucid while I'm there. I have moments of clarity where the goofiness comes out. I'm thinking it's just like a scary movie. Ain't no way in hell I'm walking in that dark closet. I'm not finna walk in that dark utility closet. You're not finna pop out and attack me, because I have been going to war weeks prior. So I'm thinking this is another attack from the enemy. So I walk in the closet because something tells me to go in the closet. Like, go in there. Like, you gotta go in there. And I go in there, and I'm telling the mediums and the people who live at the crossroads, who cross spirits, and the death doulas, I'm telling you this for a reason, because this, I told y'all, this is a ritual and an activation. So I need y'all to sit tight and pay attention. Said, you on your own, little baby? No, I couldn't do it because her soul was trapped. Nobody was there to set her free because nobody actually knew she was dead. Let me continue. Nobody knew she was dead. This was a child who was kidnapped, molested, and or raped, and stuffed in that very closet that she was leading me to. So I walk in the closet. And do you know what I see when I walk in the closet? Her decaying body. Her decaying body. And all I said to her was, because she looked, it's weird. Sometimes you got to look past the darkness to see that there's light there. Hear me and hear me clearly. Sometimes you got to look past the darkness to see that there's light there. She may have been decaying, and it's something horrible to see. But she looked more sad than she did scary. And so I said, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. And instantly, she transforms right before my eyes, like in a blaze of light, into the healthier version of herself. The healthy version, the life-filled version. And I say my classic line. I swear I'm like a reaper or something. I say my classic line. I say, it's time to go. It's time to go. And she said, but I'm scared. And I said, why are you scared? She was like, what's over there? Like, this is a child saying this. That means she had been dead for a long time. This is something, she had been dead longer than I've been alive in this lifetime. She's like, I don't know what's over there. And so I touched the wall, right? I touched the wall. That's crazy. My music paused. All my phones started going crazy too. I touched the wall, and there's this, because it's different. How you perceive things is how your powers work in other dimensions. So I touched the wall, like this wall behind me. and what looks like an iPhone screen came down. I just started pressing buttons. And I said, look, your grandmother and your grandfather are over there. There were pictures of her people over there, like from over there. I said, your grandma and your grandfather, they're over there and they're waiting for you. I said, look, even your dog is over there. And she starts to cry. And I said, are you ready to go? And I was tired. So I said, I'm gonna need your help. I said, I'm gonna need a little bit of your help. So I switched the phone up. You know what I'm saying? The light from the phone, switched it back into the ceiling. I said, help me. And we both put our hands up in the air and I just started to swirl my finger around in a circle. I said, I need your help me. And then this portal opened up in the ceiling. And she said, I'm not afraid anymore. And I was like, good. I was like, because this is too much for me today. I was like, good. And so I picked her up, like grabbed her waist, like picked her up. And she reached into the portal and it sucked her up. That was one of the most scariest, shocking, mind-blowing experiences I've ever had. The reason I embrace the gift is because I understand that life itself is never really over. Nah, this wasn't a dream. This was a mission. Life is never really over. Just because someone dies doesn't mean they're finished living. You want another one? You want to look? I got to talk to the mediums real quick before I move on to the next thing. About today. Today, if you just got in here, welcome to day 8 of the 52 days of ritual. This is all about embracing gifts. That's why I'm telling my story right now. Another one, I pop up at a whole nother funeral. I'm at the bar and this man's talking to me. He said, man, look at all these people here. I was like, who are they? He said, they don't really care about my father. This was a famous blues singer. I guess that's what he was. I forget his name. I have the notes in my other phone, but he was a famous blues singer. And there were more than people there. There were spirits there. The bartenders were spirits. And I walk over to the casket and I open it up. Why the hell would I do that? Why would I do that? Like, why would I do that? Like, why would I do that? My spirit team was there. Like, we were dressed in red. Like, it was crazy. We were dressed in all red. We were there. Why? Like, why would I do that? And it's because sometimes your gifts, the things that you're capable of, before I finish telling this story, because I want to break that on y'all, because some of y'all don't know why you do some of the things you do, and it's because you're divinely guided. That means the suggestion is laid in your subconscious, and your subconscious causes you to move without you thinking about why you move. Just understand that there's purpose in your movement. A lot of y'all need to work on your trust, but back to the story. Yes, to speak to the spirit. So I touched the body. Do you know? Homeboy woke up. Like, he woke up, like he sat up, like he wait. Let me go back. Hold on before that, because it was a little boy with me. He had on this old school. You know how the old like bag. I don't know what the time frame is, but you know, even the children dress like grown men with their little suits and their little ties and they church shoes and their Kangos on. You know what I'm saying? This little boy was with me. He had a cigar in his mouth, and I said, "Why are you smoking a cigar? Like, you're a baby." No, it was the dude in the casket just as a child. And after I touched the body, he woke up and he got out. I didn't even know why I was doing that. I didn't know why I was there, but his son said the people there didn't really care about him. Do you know what he said when he woke up? Because everybody in the room hit me with the, you know what I'm saying? Like, they hit me with that. And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, yeah, you're in trouble. I'm thinking I did something wrong. My spirit team says no. They were like, you're capable of that. It's okay. Just pay attention to what's about to happen. He gets out of his casket and he points out the people who unalived him. I have them all written out. I plan on doing a series of episodes or shows for this. He pointed out the people who unalived him. His son thought he died of natural causes. Do you know they were frozen solid? Do you know we started kicking ass immediately? Like immediately. He pointed them out. He said they murdered me for my money. murdered me for my money. Because his son looked humbled and meek. He wasn't stylish. He didn't have gold chains on. His clothes didn't look new. They looked old. But everybody else at the funeral looked real nice. It looked like their outfit, every one of them, every outfit that was worn cost at least $10,000 a piece. They had money, but the money they had was his. Not only that, when he died, they took over the family business when it was supposed to go to his son. He pointed all of them out. And all I could do was sit back with this exact face. And he laid his head on my shoulders and he said, I'm so sorry that you had to even do that, but there was no other way for me to get the truth to my son. But if I ran from my gift, when I saw the casket, I would have ran from it. No justice for the spirit, and he would have had to come talk to someone else that was probably going to run from it also. The reason that I'm sharing this story for y'all is because the mediums in here, the death doulas in here, the players at the crossroads, if Papa Legba is one of your spirit guides, if Eshu is one of your spirit guides, if Bawon is one of your spirit guides, if Santa Muerte is one of your spirit guides, you play at the crossroads. It is up to you to define the beauty of death. And Hecate, sorry, I don't know the names of all of the spirits of the crossroads, because only a couple come talk with me. Okay? So forgive me for my ignorance, but you play at the crossroads. You might as well embrace it. Find the beauty in it. Your spirit guides will introduce themselves to you. Some of them won't, because they don't want to disturb your life. Like Papa Candelo, been saving me in other realms for a long time. I didn't even know it was him. I thought it was an ancestor. Come to find out it was him. Well, he would be an ancestor, but I found out it was him. Sometimes you don't need to hear them. Sometimes you see them talking so that you know that they're there. It helps you acknowledge the presence in your life so you don't feel so alone. You know what I'm saying? They show up, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm like, but wait, that's not what I'm talking about right now. What I'm telling y'all is, for those that resonate with stories like I just got done telling, you need to embrace that gift so your life can be a little less heavy. Because sometimes, for the most part, you're feeling the transition and the life of the spirits you have not helped yet. Wow. It's like, I felt it. It's like, oh. Of course, everything feels heavy because that weight doesn't belong to you. I swear we just...
If you're on YouTube looking for the answers, you want to find a way...
Ain't nobody listening to you, Nigel Thornberry. That's one thing. That's one thing. Spirit is, and because we're talking about embracing gifts today, that's why I'm breaking things down like this. I knew today we was gonna go deep. Okay? I knew today we was gonna go deep, so just allow me to go deeper. Okay? He sounded like Nigel somebody. He sounded like Nigel Thornberry. Y'all heard him. You heard him. But anyway, for my Claires, all the Claires. And if I don't get to what your gift is or what your gift is, just give me a minute. I'm going to get there. Okay? Not telling you what your gift is, because if you don't know what your gifts are, after we do this incantation that I wrote, you're going to find out. Oh, you about to find out. For those of you who felt blocked up, you about to get unblocked. And understand that just like a dam, it's going to rush you. But it's going to feel liberating. Some of you are sick because you're avoiding your gifts. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. I will be claircognizant. I don't necessarily see things or hear things all the time or sense things or smell things or taste things. I just know. And because I know, I don't need to see. But for my clairs, Spirit is not trying to confuse you. Let me be clear about that right now. Spirit is not trying to confuse you. You keep having random visions because you're meant to document them. Sometimes because of your life, it's hard to put all the pieces together at once, so you don't receive the full story at once. You receive bits and pieces, sometimes over a few days, a few weeks, a few months, and a few years. Understand that Spirit is trying to help you unfold your gifts in a gentle way, and you're impatient with it because you're wondering how exactly you're going to use it in your life. Some of you got readings and messages for people you won't run into for another 4 years. And I need you to understand, the messages that are for other people that you have not encountered yet, you will not forget. And I need you to also understand that being gifted in that way, okay? Being gifted in that way simply means all your visions are not for you. That's why you're so confused on what you're dreaming about or seeing in your visions or feeling, because you haven't embraced who you are just yet. And so every time you get a message, you think it's for you, but it don't make no sense for you. It's a message. A voicemail has been left in your consciousness, and at the time it's supposed to come out, it will. It will. I give you my word. It will. It will. Because let me tell you how special you are. For those of you who receive messages for other people, let me tell you how special you are. Do you know how special you got to be for Spirit to drop a message off to you for someone else that you haven't even encountered yet? That means I trust you with the message. For the religious folks watching right now, and you have prophetic dreams, but the people you see in the dreams you ain't even met, do you know how special you gotta be for God to leave you a message like, hey, handle this when it come? That means I honor you so much. I know you're not gonna mess this up. I know you're not gonna mess this up. But the longer you avoid I'm telling you right now, and I told y'all this months ago, because those of you who are new, you didn't hear it, but those who've been rocking for a while, you about to hear it for the first, you've heard it already. But the longer you choose to not embrace your gift and or anointing, for my religious folks that's watching, the longer you choose not to embrace your gift, the more possibilities of it rotting inside you. Thus is the same thing for other people's messages. If you don't get it out to them, it's going to rot inside of you. If you're empathic, you become a part of the messages you receive. That's exactly why you shouldn't hold on to them. If somebody's in danger, and you need to tell them they're in danger, and you don't tell them they're in danger, you're in danger. And the danger not even real for you because it's not even a part of your story. But worry is going to start to seep out of your pores. You're going to be like, something bad is getting ready to happen to me. No, it's getting ready to happen to someone else. And you were supposed to send them a message so they can avoid danger. You were trusted with the mission. Why don't you embrace the fact that your gifts are beautiful? They're not there for nothing. Said, will they find us? They'll have to, because most people ain't spirit guided. Most people spirit gotta guide their feet, trip off the curb. You know what I'm saying? Trip into ongoing traffic, almost get hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? But jump back on the sidewalk and be like, whew, I almost lost my life. And then a lady walks up to you and goes, yeah, you almost did. I'm glad you're okay. Would you like some water? And you go sit in the restaurant. And then somebody walks in the restaurant that changes your life forever. Some people need their feet guided, but the gifted are the people who guide feet. You claim, and I say this with love, you claim to trust Spirit, but not when it comes to your gifts. Said, but what if it's unclear who might be in danger? It will come to you. It will come to you. If it's unclear who's in danger, for the ones that are multidimensional in here, if you claim to be multidimensional for real, your messages might not even be for people in this world. Be at peace. Be at peace. You could be handling the caseloads for beings elsewhere that are connected to beings here. Some of you, come on, bro. Can I break it down for them? Y'all know my favorite thing is abilities. So today I'm about to have a ball with this, okay? Some of you are spiritual case workers. If you know and you tell them and they don't listen, that's on them. If you know and you tell them and they don't listen, that's on them. You've done your part. Move on with your life. Some of you in here are spiritual case workers. Ooh. Some of you are spiritual case workers, which means you may never run into the people you're supposed to help. You may simply dream about them. You may drop $1 somewhere on the curb. You may be praying and not even understanding who you praying for, but you praying for somebody. What you're doing is handling the caseloads. Some of you venerate other people's ancestors. That's why you feel it's hard to trust and talk to your own people, because you're meant to work with all people. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, some of your gifts are so unlimited, you refuse to embrace them because you don't know how they work in this world. But in order to find out how they work in this world, you got to start working them. You got to start working them. So are you a spiritual case worker? Are you a spiritual case worker? Because if you're a spiritual case worker, I'm going to tell you how. Because the number one thing most spiritual case workers don't do is complete the case. Don't trip. I'm going to get around. The people who don't know what their gifts are, hold tight. When we get to the ritual portion, a chunk of that is for you. So don't even trip. Some of you don't finish the cases. For multiple reasons. Hear me and hear me with love. For multiple reasons, you don't finish the case. Reason number one, you don't understand why you need to finish the case. You sitting there like, it don't even make no sense, so I'm just let it go. The other reason is you feel like nobody cares about you, especially spirit, your spirit team, God, your angels, the ascended masters, your ancestors, whoever you pray to. You don't feel they care about you because you only seem to get a connection or message from them when it's from somebody else. But I promise you, if you understood that dreams are more like voicemails than visions, you would understand that the more caseload you handle and the things you actually get through, the more space they have to talk to you. I used to cry and scream and shout and spit at my spirit team. How dare y'all don't come talk to me? I got all this work to do and y'all not even gonna come talk to me. It's because the hard drive was full. If you actually handled your cases fully, there'd be more time and space for spirit to communicate with you and for you. That's why a lot of your dreams are jumbled and they don't make no sense. A lot of your travels are jumbled. They don't make no sense. You jumping from gateway to gateway to gateway to gateway. I did so much last night. I don't even remember what I did, because you're still just trying to have fun and be whimsical with it. But you need to embrace the fact that there's a work that you're supposed to do. And if you keep fearing doing that work, it's going to bother the very equilibrium of your gift. Why did people always reach me moments before death? Because you're probably a death doula, which means you handle, respectfully to the death doulas. Can I say this, death doulas? Respectfully, you handle the cases of people transitioning, which is exactly what a death doula does. Except some death doulas only comfort people to the other side instead of performing the work, the ritual work to cover their debts before they cross. Because you can comfort somebody to the other side, but they won't make it if they can't let go of what they've done here and what's happened to them here. So I've been dreaming a lot since we started day one of these rituals. excuse me, I told you I'm cleaning up some stuff. Oh yeah, you can have multiple gifts. Every gift I'm talking about to y'all right now, I possess. And it used to get on my nerves. It used to be too much. Like I didn't know what a sleep schedule was, because I didn't know when it was a good time to go to sleep. I had to figure out that I don't even really go to sleep. I only go to sleep to travel, to go handle things elsewhere. Wait on messages from spirit, which is not resting. Some of you can't rest at all because you haven't embraced what you're supposed to do. Said, what about staying up late at night? There's a correlation between earth time and spirit time. It's more than just between the hours in 1 and 3 a.m. To be honest, to be completely real with you, a second can be days in another dimension, depending on where you've traveled to. You could be up because there's work you need to do when you finally go to sleep. You could be up late at night because that's the only time you're willing to listen, when everybody else is asleep and there's silence and you can finally focus. But most of you spend so much time avoiding your gifts that when you up late, all you do is worry about why you're up, instead of sitting in silence and embracing it, walking around your crib, picking up some trash off your floor and folding your clothes, because your body needs to be doing something. Your body needs to be doing something in order for your mind to travel lightly. But when you're trying to sit there and you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on, you're using your mental power to keep you stuck here. The only reason I know these things is because I spend all day in my lab. Shouts out to the 7 days of self-mastery and those that took it and are still taking it. I stay in my lab all day. I started measuring things because my life felt like it was out of control. But come to find out, I had activations that belong to other people inside of me. So I'm doing things that don't even belong to me. I'm using gifts that don't even belong to me. I'm like, bro, that don't belong to me. I don't want to do that. Trust me, what you're supposed to do, you gonna want to do when you embrace it. But things that aren't for you, you won't be able to embrace no matter how hard you try, because it's meant for someone else. Some of you are overweight because you're holding on to other people's stuff. That belongs to them, and you might activate them if you would embrace it. Some of you can't gain weight to save your life because you don't hold on to nothing. You avoid everything that is for you. Embracing your gifts become less difficult when you embrace the fact that it's beautiful. You will forever be developing on a gift. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, I'm the best at this. It's as great as it can be. Impossible, because life is constantly unfolding. Even God itself is not done building itself. So that means things are destined to change. All your gifts are destined to upgrade. Life is destined to upgrade, and so is the caseload. So yes, you will forever be developing your gifts. Sometimes when you travel to other worlds and other dimensions, that's simply practice for your gift. Simply practice. But a lot of you hold on to what something means instead of embracing the experience itself, that you end up running from the very gift that you possess. I sleep only two hours at a time too. And on my busiest days, about 30 minutes at a time, if that. Can nature be a gift like it's calling you? I wouldn't call that a gift. I would just call that a calling, because nature has some information for you. You may have some activations for the ley lines, or what I call grid work. You might be able to activate and deactivate and upgrade and change the trajectory of certain grids in the world. And I don't know if you know about grids, but if you don't know about the grids in the world, the spiritual grids, the grids, the energetic ley lines, I need you to look that up. Thank you. Said, when I look at some people's faces, I see their real faces. I see tribal looking marks. What does that mean? When you see people's real selves, because that's something that I wanted to say today, but I'm going to save it for another live, because you don't have a higher self. They've been lying to y'all. You don't have a higher self. And I know somebody going to be like, I do have a higher self because I seen it. That's the problem. You've seen it. That means you're not it. You're already your highest self, even in every moment, every second. If you see people's faces and you see the true them, you might want to find a way to tell them. Because some people want to know who they are on the deepest of levels, not just the surface. And so if you see the true them and you tell them who they are, that in itself is an activation. Because now that you've seen tribal marks, you might help somebody find their long lost ancestors. You might help somebody break free of the curse of the illusion of who everybody tried to make them out to be. Embrace the gift. Hell, I might have you look at my face. Nolly! Woo! I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm goofy. You know what I'm saying? But embracing your gifts may be scary sometimes. Said, no, you didn't. You know I'm goofy. Just take that. You know I'm goofy. But I do want to know what you see when you look at my face. You're probably going to see worlds. My God. But yeah, embracing your gift is not about knowing how to use the gift. How can I say this? I want to say it right. It's not about knowing how to use the gift. It's about being so into it with the gift, being so collectively embracing with the gift that it learns how to use you. When you, like, let's just say, for example, right? You don't necessarily know how to use your clairvoyance, right? Hold on, I'm trying to keep up with questions too. When you see people in other worlds that you see in this world, you got two options. You can do the work that they're trying to get you to do, or you can hit them up in the physical and tell them to leave you alone. Or option number 3, matter of fact, you just smack them one time in the other world and they'll never see you again. I had an ex that kept pulling up on me. What I did was I pushed her behind a door, closed the door, and locked it forever. I ain't heard from her since in another dimension. Okay, I ain't heard from her since in another dimension. But when we're using our gifts learn how to use us. You may not see visions like everybody sees visions. And maybe for you it doesn't pop up like Raven Simone and That's So Raven. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it don't pop up, maybe it's quick. But some of you have to understand that spirit operates outside of time. Sometimes you see a quick vision that sits with you all day. And it's because in that 3.5 seconds, you saw a lifetime, which means it's going to take some time to unfold. What's the word? Decompress, like computers. It's going to take you some time to unzip that file. If you look at it like messages that you receive like files, you'll understand why it takes so long for you to understand it. Sometimes your processor is slow so that you don't miss information because you don't want to give somebody a partial answer. Yeah, it's okay if you're in your car, you're good. Do you get what I mean? You may not do like me. I don't do energy work like everybody else do energy work. It made me feel strange because I was like, bro, I don't want to learn Reiki. My spirit guy said, no, you already got that. Like, you just got to start using it. And one day I lifted my hands and I felt it. And I was like, yo. I was like, yo, like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? But a lot of your clairs, because let me break down the clairs real quick. Just real quick, I just want to say this about the clairs to help give you some clarity on the clairs. A lot of you are abused by your clair because you refuse to have authority over your clear. So let's say if you hear spirits, right? You hear voices, not in your head, but in your ear. You hear voices in your ear. You hear them talking. And what they're saying is unclear. And it's annoying. How come you never told the spirit, come back when you can talk to me clearly? Instead of stressing, trying to hear. Sometimes you're dealing with the spirit who doesn't have the energy to communicate. They don't have the energy to communicate. So this is where you dive in deeper on, and this is where you learn how to give spirits enough energy to communicate, which is why we feed our ancestors and burn ancestor money for them and leave food out for them, because it gives them enough energy to travel from world to world. Sometimes the issue is in your gift itself. The message is unclear and it's muffled because you have a block in your clear. Not necessarily because somebody's cursing you, not necessarily because somebody's against you, not necessarily because it ain't a gift that's for you, but your lack of embracement of that gift is that response of it being unclear. And the ringing in your head, the ringing in your ear is actually a voice. But right now, until you learn how to interpret the ring, it's going to continue to be a ring. That's all it's going to be. Some of you need to visualize on the ring because that's exactly how you access your channel. You know what it sounds like. Matter of fact, for those that always hear ringing in your ear, I want you to stop for a moment. I want you to stop for a moment and close your eyes. 15 seconds tops. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to create the sound of the ring, because it never really goes away. It just becomes louder, like audible, I should say, when you have enough space to hear it. But I want you to close your eyes for about 10-15 seconds. And I do mean close your eyes, because I want you to hear the ring. And I bet you have visions, impressions. You driving? Jinkies. Why is everybody driving? Are y'all just getting off of work? If you're driving, just try it later. It's just an exercise for you. Because for some of you, that ringing is how you access your channel. Some people channels just open. Like my channel just open. Wide the hell open at all times, all day, every day. That's why I can't have normal conversations. It's open all day, every day. But if you're driving, exactly, sometimes the tones are layered. If you're driving, just try when you get home. I just want to give you an exercise to do, because that might be your channel. That might be how you access it, which is more like a doorway or a vault. Because the truth is, if your ears are always open to hear that frequency or that tone, how many other things are speaking or implanting things into your ears? It's probably a way that your gift is protected. Said it worked. My point exactly. I did it once. I was sitting in the car in the passenger seat while a friend was in the store, and I was just like, let me just try to hear this tone for a minute. I got out of body so fast. Like it scared the crap. I was like, I was like, oh man. I was like, okay. But like I said, that's because I stay in my lab. Said, do you ever hear someone whisper, wake up? They don't whisper it when they say it. They yell it, because I'm not going to hear you if you whisper. You got to yell it. You got to yell at me for me to. And then I'm going to ask you who you're talking to. And then I'm going to go back to sleep. But that's just spirit team trying to tell you to wake up. What are we writing? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. What you're supposed to write for the ritual portion. But you should be taking notes. That's part of what you should be writing. Because we're talking about embracing gifts. Sometimes spirit is trying to wake you up because you're about to miss something important. For those of you who are worrywarts, if spirit is whispering to you to wake up, it's because you always worry what's going to happen to people if you sleep too long. Spirit is only trying to collaborate with you and help you live the life you're trying to live with your worried self. Said it worked, but it felt like something tried to come out and surround me. What if what was trying to surround you was your very essence? What if your auric field is not just something that has meaning and definition? What if your auric field is really your shield? What if you're not embracing your auric field? What if your shield is inside of you because you bring it inside of you to cleanse it, rebuild it, and empower it, and it just tried to get out, and what you did was stop it from getting out? The reason why I keep telling y'all to let go of the fear of your gifts and abilities is because fearing them applies a false story to its activation. I'm gonna say it one more time. Let me take a sip on that one. When you fear your gifts, it creates a false story during their activations. Some of you feel vibrations in the hypnagogic state. Hypnagogic state, you're in between awake and sleep. You right here. You can still kind of move, and you're pre-sleep paralysis, okay? Pre-sleep paralysis, like you feel it coming on. It's like, oh, you feel it, it's about to come on, right? You feel your body. It's on your head. And the first thing you think is, who's touching me? Now, your mind is saying, something's touching me. Now, I live by myself. Who the hell is touching me? Oh no, I can't just have nothing in here touching on me now. Now there's fear, and your mind is going to create the story that you're being attacked, and how you define that awakening moment, because if it still shocks you, because it's a surprise, it's not scary, it still shocks you, every time it happens to you, you're going to apply fear until the point where you want it to be blocked out. The very thing that you're defining as fear is now the entity that you're going to the practitioner to destroy. Now the practitioner's taking care of said spirit, and that spirit is really your gift unfolding. Now you don't have no access. That one just broke your head right there. That one just broke your head right there. That one just broke your head right there. Because how you define an experience is how that experience is going to continue to treat you. I don't know why I don't believe you're in control of your life. How you define an experience is how you're teaching that experience to treat you. Excuse me. I've awakened to scratches and bruises before too. That's some scary stuff. Especially if you don't know where it came from. Now I'm aware when I have scratches and bruises because I was fighting. And sometimes, and I just need to say this for the sake of the spiritual ones in here, if protection ain't over your house, your crib, matter of fact, screw the houses for a moment. Those that live in the house, I'll get to you in a moment. Because those that live in the houses, you deal with the spiritual essence of the ley lines. Those that live in apartments, you live with what I call apartment consciousness. Your walls are connected to other sources of energy, which means some of the things you experience when you're going through your awakening in your apartment don't even belong to you. But the signal that you emit touches other rooms, touches other apartments. If your energy is big, you can't possibly believe that it's just contained in your crib. No, it's a fountain in the meditation music. There is literally an abusive couple living next to us. Now let me ask you this question about said abusive couple, right? That abusive couple that lives next to y'all, do you ever think that your mate is going to try to abuse you? Like, does it, and I mean be honest, because nobody in here is going to judge you. Does it ever cross your mind, even for a millisecond, like, or does it even cross your mind to say, oh, he bet not ever, or she bet not ever? I live with my mom. Do you ever think that your mom is going to be abusive to you? Do you ever sit in your house and feel danger? Listen, you're feeling your neighbors. You're feeling your neighbors. Especially if you're empathic, which is why protection needs to be over your house, your home, often. For the people who live in houses, what was once in that house is still in that house. I don't care if you had a shaman come through with 60,000 pounds of sage and dragon's blood. It's in the walls, because the walls were once a part of the soil that the ley line exists in. If you got bricks in your house, there's spirits trapped in that. If you're multi-dimensional, you don't only travel to other dimensions, you witness other dimensions here in the physical in your face. I need you to understand. I'll give you another story because I like my testimony. I like my testimony. Sometimes praying and washing the walls and spraying Florida water won't work. Sometimes you need to actually go outside and work the neighborhood. But that's for those of you who believe your magic is big enough for that. I'll give you another story. When I first started getting out of body, I was living with my mom. And I was laying on the living room couch. And I began to get out of body. And when I sat out of body, there was this cowboy sitting on the couch. And just slightly, I could see by his feet was grass. Then I understood that even in this world, there's multiple folds of dimensions right in front of us. Sometimes the spirits you see trucking through your house ain't trucking through your house. They're trucking through their front yard. They're trucking through their living room. You're seeing the template, but you have to learn how to separate the two so that you understand when something's in your crib versus when something's in their crib. Neighborhood work. If you can light sage in your house, you can walk around your neighborhood with sage. Have you ever salted your neighborhood? Salt it. Take some salt, pray over it. Literally a big baggie of it. You can go to the store, get regular iodized salt, and pour it like 3 or 4 of them. Pour them in a big old baggie. Put your hand in there, mix it around while you pray over it. Mix your hand around while you pray over it. And you want to take it outside, you just want to take a lap around your neighborhood and throw it everywhere. Throw it everywhere. Throw anything that has absorbing power in it everywhere. Seeds. You know what I'm saying? Things that expand when they're wet. Rice. You know what I'm saying? Like neighborhood work. Some of you need to work your neighborhood because you're not the only one that live in your neighborhood that do what you do. I know you feel isolated because you won't leave the house. So you truly believe that you're the only one in your neighborhood that's woke. That's not the case. It's not the case. There's other people in the neighborhood that do what you do and do the complete opposite of what you do, which means there is a form of opposition where you live. Like, my upstairs neighbor, she's like a devout Christian. The reason she won't come down here and say nothing to me is because she knows my reaction's not gonna be the best. I'm gonna be kind, but I'm gonna be firm in the fact that I will not stop being who I am to make you comfortable. Because if you really believed in what you believe, then you wouldn't worry about what's going on below you. I'm under your feet. But I like being on the ground because my energy raises up. It don't go down. But listen, your gifts are calling you. Your gifts are calling you at all times. And they're calling you loud. And until you embrace them, it's going to feel like an absolute haunting. My neighborhood isn't all that safe. Then you walk around your neighborhood and do protection work. First thing when the sun come up, gangsters don't operate early in the morning. thugs and crackheads don't operate early in the morning. I'm from the hood. Trust me, I know. Thugs don't even wake up in the morning. There's nothing to do in the morning. They wait until night where they can be sneaky. They wait until the nighttime when they can be sneaky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to do nothing illegal in broad daylight. Go out first thing in the morning and do your work. And if you are a righteous soul in your neighborhood, you can also request in your prayer that anything negative that puts you in danger be removed. You might wake up the next day and there's hella people moving out. All praises. Said they do in my neighborhood. Oh, it's different over there where you at. It's different over there where you at. Like where I'm from in Vegas, the thugs didn't wake up early. They were up by like 12 p.m. and stayed up until 4 a.m. You hear gunshots till 4 a.m. So, if you don't embrace your gifts, it's going to feel like a haunting. Being afraid is merely a product of not feeling protected. Being afraid is merely a product of not feeling protected. Which is why I said protection is very important. I don't live in Vegas no more. I live in Dallas now. I had to get up out of there. Y'all know that's a hell portal for those that don't understand. Vegas is a hell portal. That's why anything happens in Vegas. Any and everything happens in Vegas because it's allowed. It's right next to hell, if you will, respectfully. I know people like, hell don't exist. Oh, there's many different hells. And Vegas has a hell portal. But your protection is more important than the embracing of your gift. Because if you felt safe, when your gift unfolds, because the unfolding for the most part is always uncomfortable. Because it's new. It's new, but you can't embrace that newness until you embrace the fact that there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. There's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Neighborhood protection, go to my page and listen to the protection prayer, the prayer of protection. Just scroll through my videos, you'll find it. Say that while you walk around your neighborhood. Listen to that while you walk. It's something that shut everything out, including your spirit guides. And after you're done, you can call them back in. I close everything out. Because if I don't feel like I can trust what's in my atmosphere, nothing can stay until I can feel I can trust it. But protection is key. Unfolding is going to be awkward. For some of you, it's going to be hectic because you're blocked up. You know what I'm saying? Not blocked, but blocked, or backed up, I should say. You're backed up, which means you haven't used your gifts in a while. So when they unfold, it's going to shoot out of you like a water hose. Like when, you know how you pinch it? You've been pinching the hose. And when you finally let it go, it's going, you know what I'm saying? It's going, but I need you to embrace the fact that no matter how tough it may seem, no matter how scary it may seem in that moment, don't apply fear to it. Danger is real. Fear is not. You know what I'm saying? You're not in danger. You're just afraid something bad is going to happen to you. So that's how you define that experience. And how you define that experience, again, is how that experience is going to continue to treat you. So every time it happens, it gets a little more intense. Every time it happens, it's going to be a little more intense until you've totally shut yourself down. And now you're afraid of everything unfolding inside of you. So how would someone deal with a spouse who fears the potential future? Although that's not what we're talking about today, my advice to you about the spouse that fears the potential future, you can't fear something that doesn't exist yet. And your fear of something that doesn't exist yet is what's keeping you from getting to the very thing that you desire. So if your spouse doesn't seem to want to grow towards the future and you want to keep going towards the future and embracing your future, then figure out a way to leave them in the past. Because apparently you see further. There's no trust there for your sight, but you still got to see it and you still got to embrace it. Because if you avoid it, your spouse will become your enemy. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. to decipher and control clairaudience. Did you say control? There's no controlling it. There's no controlling there's no controlling any of your gifts. As much as you want to be in control, the more in control you are of your gifts, the less accurate the information is, because you try to open it up, close it, turn it on, shut it off, turn it on, shut it off. Every time, it's like a light bulb. If I keep flipping the switch, the bulb gonna blow out. There's no controlling it. Deciphering it comes from documentation and seeing exactly what messages are coming through, the types of messages and the areas of life they're sending you to. That's how you learn to decipher them. But it's not something you're going to decipher overnight, because it's destined to change. It's destined to change. If you said your clairaudience goes crazy at night, that's why you do your most protection work at night, because anything that's coming to communicate with you has to respect the fact that, hey, I want to sleep tonight, or it can't come talk to you. You're in control of your life. You're also in control of how often you want to use your gift. When it comes, it doesn't mean you have to respond right away. It doesn't mean you have to stop everything you're doing and listen. Everything that needs you for assistance needs to learn how to respect your assistance. Because if it can't, it don't need to be talking to you. Each and every one of you watching this live right now has a skill set. Each and every one of you has a skill set. And within that skill set is the template for your purpose. A download ain't nothing but an intuitive message. That's what people, a download. Some people are clairaudient, again, clairsentient, clairvoyant, claircognizant. How they receive their download is how their clair works. Some people get a feeling, some people get a vision, some people hear the high-pitched noise. You know what I'm saying? Some people smell something, some people just know. That's what a download is. People just keep creating words to say, I got a message. It's still a message, especially if you haven't integrated it, and especially if it ain't for you. Drawing is another way you channel. Drawing and painting is another way you channel. I'm sorry, I had to say it like that. Like, bruh, people, oh, I got downloads today. Like, what were the downloads? I don't know. Like, I just know that ain't good enough no more. That ain't good enough no more. Tell the truth. You didn't get a download, you shifted. It felt like a download because you moved from one energetic body to another. You didn't get a download, you shifted. A download is not something that's unclear. It comes through really clear. Either it has a word, a scene, a smell, or a feeling that can be defined. Because if you keep getting downloads and you don't know what they mean, something's playing with your essence. And I told y'all a long time ago, resonating, something that resonates, and manipulation produce damn near the same feeling for spiritual people. Damn near the same feeling. That's why a lot of you go through these, I call them burnout times, where you burn out, like where you get message after message after message after message, and then for months it's nothing. That's because whatever was using you left. It got what it wanted and it's gone. That's why I said protection is key. That's why protection is key. Because if you keep manipulating me, I'm going to have to come see you. I'm going to find you. Because if you came to take my essence, you took my essence with you, and I'm still connected to my essence. So I can definitely find you. Do you get what I'm saying? Protection is key. Keep your home clear at all times. How often should I do protection mantras? As often as you feel you need to, but at the least once or twice a day. If you feel unsafe before you go to sleep, don't go to sleep, because fear is defining your experience. And when fear defines your experience, you're only going to see things that make you more afraid. For those of you who just got in here, welcome to day 8 of the 52 days of rituals. This is day 8. This is called Embracing Your Gifts. This is not just a teaching, or I'm not just on here talking. This is an activation. This is a ritual, and they're donation based. And I'll get the donations from those participating in this live shortly. But if you don't have a donation to send for today's ritual, I still want you to be a part of this, and I still want you here to listen. Because I'm telling you, look, it's how many people in here? 297 people. If y'all would embrace y'all gift, do y'all know how we could change this freaking world? Do y'all know how we could drive fear the hell away from this place? 295 people handling their cases as they come to them. The donation is whatever you can afford. 297 people handling their caseloads. And I don't know who I'm talking to when I say this, because it's more than a ritual. It's an activation, it's a coaching, it's a teaching. I'm answering questions and I'm channeling messages for people that need them. But you're not a part of your tribe or whatever you want to call it, because they're going to teach you something. Spirit is saying, and I don't know who I'm talking to, maybe I'm talking to a lot of people because I channel in groups, but Spirit is saying that that friendship or that connection that you have with them is going to be cut short pretty soon. Not because they're your enemy, but because it was never a friendship. It was a caseload. And I'm sorry I had to say that to you, because I just heard it like flat out. When I say flat out, like I just heard it flat out, like the whole sentence in a millisecond. 444 on my clock. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. It's a caseload. It's a caseload. Yeah, my PayPal's the same. I don't say I do readings. I say I do intuitive conversations, because I'm not necessarily going to pick up on nothing. I'm not going to just try to pick up on nothing. We're going to talk, and spirits talk through me. So whatever comes out is what's for you at that time. But yes, I do them. Yeah, that's not your friends. It's a caseload. That's why it seems like you're the go-to person, although everybody in the circle claims to be all-powerful and almighty. What's a caseload? The mission Spirit sent you on. Yep, Dallas in the building. King, have you ever fell in love with a client? Yep. I've never actually been in a real relationship, because all my past relationships were clients. I just didn't know they were clients until long after the heartbreak and the cussing out and these hoes get on my nerves and all that extra stuff. I didn't know they were clients until it was over with. That's what made it easy for me to let it go. Like, I'm like, nah, I was just there to help them. I fell in love with them because I thought they were in love with me, when really they were in love with my assistance. Half of y'all are in a relationship right now with a narcissist. It's not your boyfriend. It's not your girlfriend. It's not your husband. It's not your wife. It's your client. And in respect to the term client, if you see that your help isn't helping, stop trying to help. You tried to heal them and they wanted to stay broken. That's why it's hard for you, because you don't like to fail. You can't fail a case if you did everything you could. You've done everything you could and then some. Even if it's your family. Some of y'all, you can't call yourself a starseed or I'm not from this world. Y'all say that, but ain't got no kind of trust in what you said. I'm really not from this dimension at all. You can tell by how I talk. I'm not from here at all. You were born into that family, and it's not your family. It's a case. And when you complete the case, your family will most likely turn their backs on you, and you will be set free to live the life that you desire to live. But you're so afraid of doing the wrong thing that you avoid the case. You avoid doing what you're supposed to do, and you avoid your gifts. You keep avoiding your gifts, and your gifts are going to become louder than your joy. They're going to become louder than your peace. They're going to become louder than your self-love. They're going to become louder than the desires of your heart. Yep, that goes for places of work too. Because each and every one of you watching that know you got gifts, and you know, even if you don't know what your gift is, the reason you hate your job is because you didn't need the job needed you. It needed your presence there. And when your presence is done, it will be time for you to go. You think there's nothing set up for you if you leave. I bet you there is. I bet you there is, because the cases don't stop. We just stop working them. Let me say it again. The cases don't stop. We just stop working them. The difference between a light worker and a starseed is absolutely nothing, because a light worker ain't nothing but somebody that comes to heal. Starseeds come to heal. A light worker is a title. Starseed is a species, a type of being. Starseed is a type of being. Light work is a title, a job. Thank you for the crown. I know that it's scary trying to embrace your gifts, but I promise you, life won't get beautiful until you do it. Excuse me, y'all don't think this is scary for me? Y'all don't think this is scary for me? But this is my mission. This is what I was sent to do, no matter how crazy I sound. And until I started embracing this, my life was hell. My life was hell. You said I make it look easy? Of course I do. Because if I show fear, if I show that I'm a little nervous or a little scared, everything that comes out of my mouth will shake. And if my voice is shaking, you won't hear anything that I'm saying. I'm confident in what I'm saying. I'm sure of what I'm saying. I'm also not afraid to tell you what I've been saying. What had me nervous was your reaction. Nervous. And just because I'm nervous don't mean I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I have to answer for what I did not do. There's nothing worse than that type of punishment. That type of punishment is a long life of being displeased with self, feeling worthless and feeling like I have no purpose here, feeling sad, feeling like there's no reason for me to even be alive. And I know a lot of you feel that way, and it's because you have yet to embrace your gifts. What's more scary? How do we embrace what we don't know? You don't necessarily embrace what you don't know. You embrace the fact that you're ready to know it. And keep your ears, your eyes, and all your clairs open to see what it actually is. Because I promise you, the majority of you operate in your gifts all the time. You just don't think it's a gift because it don't look like it look in the movies. You're not having Raven Simone moments. Ooh, tell Eddie not to get in the car, they're gonna get in an accident. And I don't mean you don't have a gift. Everything that you possess is a gift, because it can be used to not only change your life, but to change other people's lives. Knowing what it is will not help you embrace it. I promise you. You could wake up tomorrow and find out you're the reincarnation of Jesus. Now what? Now what? Now what? Knowing the gift will not help you embrace it. Knowing the gift might help you avoid it. You might be like, you know what? I don't even want to. I ain't even finna. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? That sounds like it's too much, so I don't even want to embrace it. That's why Spirit never told you. Spirit showed you so that you can build up the confidence in it to keep going with it. But a lot of you have been shown your gifts. Some of you have been told what you're capable of, and you still won't embrace it. The reason you still won't embrace it It's because you believe it's not worth it. You believe it's not perfect. You believe it's not beautiful. You believe it's not really nothing strong that could change the world. I promise you. Think about the person that invented the spoon. What was their gift? If they never embraced their gift, we probably wouldn't have, said, but what if you don't know how to embrace it? Embracing it is an action, not a thought. How still doesn't matter if you're not willing to do it, if you're going to procrastinate on it, if you're going to run from it, if it sounds like too much, if it sounds like it's confusing, if it sounds like something that's going to take too long, we'll avoid it altogether. The only way to embrace your gifts is by actively walking. I gotta say that, I gotta slow down when I say this. The only way to embrace your gift is by actively walking in your authenticity. The only way. What if you really can't figure out what it is? That's the second half of this ritual that we're performing today. Trust me. Oh, y'all thought I ain't gonna have nothing for y'all to do today? No, we just ain't got there yet. I got a whole incantation for you that's going to begin the process of revealing it to you. But my question to those of you who said they don't know what their gifts is, no, regardless of what you find out that it may be, will you embrace it? Said, but that's so scary. You don't even know what it is. You don't even know what it is. You're scared of the unknown, which means you're scared of something that doesn't exist yet. It's unknown. It may be scary, or it may be the most beautiful thing you've ever experienced in your life. You don't even know what it is. Remember how I said fear creates a false narrative for you? That's what you're doing. You're putting up a wall against something that's not invading you, because you can't put a wall up against your gifts because it's inside of you. It's not coming for you, it's coming from you. So you're afraid of yourself. My hands got hot when I said that. Take that. Take that. Take that. You're afraid of yourself. Your gift's not coming from outside of you. It's coming from you. And everything you are is beautiful. It's only scary because of your lack of understanding and how amazing you truly are. No, day I didn't eat yet. I'll eat later, probably, maybe. But I have been drinking my drinks today, my detox drinks. You can't fear what hasn't applied fear to you yet. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop telling yourself you're afraid of it. Don't say it's going to be scary. Say it's going to be beautiful. So now you're in control of the unfolding process. You want control over how it unfolds, because you're going to keep begging your spirit team to reveal it to you, but still being afraid of it. And they're going to come snatch you on about your body when you go to sleep one of these nights. And it's going to scare the living crap out of you because you've never experienced it before. The very first time I ever got out of body, astral projected, what y'all call it, I call it soul travel, because I really be gone. And if I wanted to, I could stay gone forever, never come back. That's what I found out. That's when things got a little scary for me. Like, I was like, hold up, like, I don't have to. It's a choice. Ooh. But when I first got out of body the very first time, it was very jarring. Like, it was very, very jarring. Like, one of those things that make you say, I ain't gonna never do that again. But the experience was so wild that I had to do it again. And then again, and then again, and then again. I had my fun with it. I had my fun with it. Now, when I get out of body, when I soul travel, because that's what I call it, when I travel in my soul, I don't play. I don't care. I don't want to go sightseeing. I don't care about seeing things glow and all that kind of stuff. Because eventually the gifted have to grow up or you'll never accomplish your mission. If you're out there playing, have you completed the work you're supposed to complete? Have you? Some of you need to start embracing your gifts ASAP. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now, because your joy, your peace, even your abundance is all locked up behind the gift you refuse to release. You won't let it out. So your prosperity sitting behind it. Is sitting right behind it, like literally right behind it. Your joy sitting right behind it. Your peace sitting right behind it. For some of you who obsess over that, even your true mate is sitting right behind it. Some of you can't get to where you want to go in life because your gift was made to take you there. Yes, something can be stopping it. That's why we're doing this today. For those of you just getting in here with your late behinds, welcome to day 8 of the 52 days of ritual. I gotta stop and say this, because as a businessman, I gotta make sure I get it done right. But welcome to day 8 of the 52 days of ritual. These are donation-based rituals. There's no set donation price, because I gotta keep explaining that. If I set a price, it's not a donation, it's a price. I just gotta make that clear, and I'll have my moderators put my Cash App and all the payment links in the comments when that time comes. We're getting to the portion of the live where I'm gonna need you to pick up that pen and that piece of paper. For those that's just getting in here, we're doing this for 52 days straight. Each day is a different ritual. So heads up, I'm live every day, 3:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? But this is the point where I need y'all to pick up your pen and your pencil and your piece of paper. Because what we're getting ready to do, or what you're getting ready to do, because I did this years ago, but what you're getting ready to do, you're getting ready to write an apology letter to your gift and or gifts. You're getting ready to write an apology letter to your gifts. I know. What? How the hell? I know it sounds crazy. Like, why would I do that? Because it's a part of the ritual. First of all, that's why you would do it. You know what I'm saying? What if I don't have any? Hold tight. Hold tight. On that same sheet of paper, if you don't think you have gifts or you're unsure what they are, I want you to write on that piece of paper your name, first of all, first and last name, and whatever other names you go by, Junebug, Honeydew, and Bubble Butt, whatever you go by. I want you to write all those names on that piece of paper and say, and write under that, my gifts are being revealed to me, because I'm getting ready to play this incantation. Say, I don't know what my gifts are. Got lost raising kids. First of all, Fat Girl Haven, that's your name. Hi, beautiful. Let me say this to you respectfully. Let me say this respectfully to you. And trust me, you're not being judged. So please don't leave when I say this. Just hear me clearly. I don't know what my gifts are. Got lost raising kids. Don't you ever say that again. I didn't give you the directions yet. Hold on. Don't you ever say that again. Not only are your kids the gift, but they also possess portions and pieces of your gifts. So what you want to do is examine your children, because they're operating in gifts that you put down a long time ago. And I do mean a long, I'm talking about you had gifts, because this is just what I'm feeling for you. You had gifts that you've forgotten about. And I don't know how your childhood went. I don't know you from a grain of salt, a sneeze of pepper. And I just saw orb right above my head. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she had to. That tickled. But there were some things you forgot you were capable of, because whatever happened to you in life, I guess it grew you up pretty quick. So you forgot the gifts you had when you were a little girl. This will be on my YouTube. I'm gonna put clips on Instagram and be on my YouTube, Wild Wealthy Shaman. But you forgot. You've forgotten more than you think you possess. More. Because nothing is ever really forgotten. It's just stored in many things. When we forget things, the memory is stored. Sometimes it's stored inside of us and we put it away, or what they call a dark place, because you can't see in the dark. That's the memory. I can't remember thing, right? Sometimes it's stored in you. Sometimes it's stored in something else. Yeah, if I'm speaking, if it resonates with you, then I'm talking to you too. But sometimes it's stored in something else. And so for the people in here with children, and you feel like you having children really stopped you from embracing all of your gifts, the memory of how gifted you truly are is stored in your child. That's why most of your children get on your damn nerves. They get on your nerves. You love them. You wouldn't change them for the world. You ain't never trying to walk away from them. None of that kind of stuff. But they still get on your nerves. Like, I wish they would stop, because they're just like you, because they incubated in your womb, which means a quarter of their DNA, a quarter of their essence is you. So look at your children. Look at them. And they're going to point to you where your gifts are. And you have all of those and then some. Because you didn't give them all of you. Because if you gave them all of you, you wouldn't be alive. And if you do know any statistics, you'll know that a lot of women die giving birth, because they've given every bit of their essence to that child. So you have what they have inside of them, and then some. You have to actually monitor them. When they're getting on your nerves, listen, hear me, because I think this will work for you. I think this will work for you in order to fix your sight in your gifts, to see your gifts. When they're getting on your nerves is when you need to pay attention the most. If they get on your nerves, if they irritate you, if they're just too much, that's when you need to study them the most. Watch them, watch their movements, watch their behaviors, watch their reactions. Watch, even if they say weird stuff to you. Yep, it works for non-biological kids too, because DNA is programmed as they grow. Watch them. They're going to show you what your gifts are. If your daughter come in the room right now while you watching this live and she goes, "My friend wants a sandwich," and you go, "You ain't got no friends," what you just did was avoided seeing your gifts in them. Because children will do that. "Oh, Mom, I dreamt of like 3 birds and they were swirling around my head and I've been dreaming of it every night." And you panic and you say, "Oh, well, you tripping," or "My child getting on my nerves with all this dream stuff." They're revealing to you the gifts that you passed to them. But nothing can be passed to anyone fully, because to pass it to them fully is to literally give away the fullness of your life force. Impossible. Your gifts are inside of them. For those of you who are blessed to have children, your gifts are inside of them. If you don't embrace your gifts, they will be left to do it. Why do you think gifts travel through bloodlines? Because the work isn't complete. "Oh, well, I come from a long line of psychics. I come from a long line of witches. I come from a long line of prophets and prophetess." You know what I'm saying? "I come from a long line of this," because it's passed through the DNA. They possess every part of you. Look at them. Watch them. It says, so basically we're getting on our own damn nerves. Pretty much. Pretty much. Because most of your children are just like you. Most of your children are just like you. And when I say just like you, I mean just like you. I mean same mannerisms. You ain't even taught them nothing yet. I'm talking about while you were still in the hospital right after having them, your baby rolled their eyes just how you rolled your eyes. You like flipping people off? Your infant flipped somebody off. They're just like you. They're just like you. They have their own personalities, but they're just like you. So to the wonderful being who said you kind of lost yourself because you had children, thank you for saying that. Because you just set yourself and many other parents in here free. This is why parents, for those, and we're going to have the trauma ritual, but I'm going to touch on it before we have it. This is why you feel, because I don't know who I'm breaking out. Thank you, Spirit, for talking as smoothly as you talking today, because sometimes it'd be choppy. I'm not complaining, but sometimes it'd be choppy, and I just be having to fill in the blanks. But I'm about to set somebody free when I say this. This is why your mother or your father is jealous of you. That was a quick transmission. It came out of my ear like lightning. It was a quick ring, like what? Real quick. That's why your parents are jealous of you. Not because they hate you, not because you're better than them, but because you did them better than they ever could. Said not jealous but mad. Anger is a subcategory of jealousy. That's how I feel anyway. I said you can drop the mic now. Yep, it applies to grandparents. Most of you know what I'm saying is true because when you showed your talents when you were younger, your parents compared it to either themselves in the past or a family member in your family, or a relative or a grandparent. Yep, siblings too. Because whoever came out of the womb first got the bulk of the gifts from that parent. Not saying all of their gifts come from that parent, because my mom had a child before she had me. I have an older brother. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of gifts, but not like me. Well, they have their own, you have your own, but the usually the oldest child gets the bulk of the gifts. The jealousy can hail from you embracing yours and them not embracing theirs. So that's why some siblings hate you, but still try to live through you and with you. Oh, I support you, although you don't feel that. You don't feel that. Like, why do I feel awkward when you say that? Said I have a twin brother. You should look up. I want you to look up the religion, the divine religion, because y'all know how I believe. The divine religion of Ifa. I want you to study up a little bit on Ifa if you haven't already. But the term in Ifa when you have a twin is Ibeji. Ibeji, two parts of the same soul. Two halves of the same soul. Ibeji. Ibeji. I-B-E-J-I. Ibeji. Ibeji. Look it up. Matter of fact, lead alive. Take a minute. Just look it up. Just take a second. Come back. You're not going to miss much. I promise. Come back for the incantation. Lead alive and go look up Ibeji if you have a twin. Go look up Ibeji. You'll come to find out that it really is, respectfully, two parts of the same soul. Why do you think twins finish each other's sentences? After they're born, they got to sleep together. Not because they've slept together through the whole, the growth inside the womb, but because they're a part of the same soul and they're still trying to come back together and become one. Ibeji. I-B-E-J-I. I don't know if there's a term in Ifa for triplets. I don't know if there's a term in E5 for triplets. I've never even really thought about triplets. Now I'm putting some thought into it right now. I'm like, triplets. Because you know a soul can be partitioned into many pieces. Like many. It can be cut into many pieces. So I imagine triplets would be the same thing. It's just 3 parts. And 3 parts could be 3 major parts because each part is going to empower the key or the core soul or the core spirit or the core essence or energy. You know what I'm saying? Quadruplets, quintuplets, sextuplets, as far up as you can go. They all possess similar energies. Yep, like a system. What if your parent gives special privileges to one out of all the children? I told you, we gonna have the trauma ritual, and I don't know if y'all really ready for that one. That one gonna have everybody in here. This too much, kid. This too much. But just to lightly answer your question, if your parents gave one sibling more than the others, it's because they probably set a standard, a promise, or a law to themselves to do something for that one child when they finally do have children. And they just picked the child that fit the best of what they were trying to offer. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious, because you don't know what that parent is really trying to give to them. It may not be for you. And if you haven't talked to your sibling that gets everything yet, maybe you should. Because it may seem like they're arrogant, because everybody loves being the favorite. Excuse me. Everybody loves being the favorite. Nope, they don't have to be identical. They can be fraternal. IBEJI. Ibeji. But sometimes the sibling that gets everything, because that was my oldest brother. And the only reason I can explain this to you real quick is because it happened to me. My oldest brother got everything. Like my mother put up a fight for my oldest brother. Even when he was screwing around in school, my brother did the most wrong, which is usually the sibling that has the most, that gets the most from the parents, be the one doing the most wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why they do the most wrong. It's called perverseness. They just did it because they could. They knew they could because they were going to be taken care of regardless. She fought for him a lot. When he was messing up in school, she was on his head. When I was messing up in school, she didn't care for a minute. Then when my younger brothers messed up in school, my parents didn't care for a minute. But my oldest brother got it all and ruined it all. Like walked away from it, didn't appreciate it, if you will. And that's because he wanted to live his own life and not live the life my parents were trying to provide for him. Usually the sibling that gets it all is the most frustrated sibling. Like, frustrated. They're the most frustrated. That's why I'm not angry or jealous about it. In fact, I love the fact that my parents didn't really bother me much. Like, I love that, because I wouldn't be who I was today or who I am today if my parents was all up in my business all the time. But anyway, back to the subject. Embracing your gifts will always seem like the hardest thing you've ever had to do when all you've been doing is avoiding them. When all you've been doing is avoiding them. And so tonight, well, not tonight because it ain't night, but the sun's going down. So right now, as we get to the next section of this ritual, you're going to write an apology letter to your gifts. And I know a lot of you are going to ask me how. And I'm not frustrated if you ask me how. Just let me explain how before you ask me how. Okay? The apology letter consists of apologizing to the fact that you covered something so beautiful with fear and ugliness. With your nickname and your real name. Your real name is a part of that too. Okay? Don't try to avoid that now. You're going to write an apology letter. I don't care how long it is. Some of you might cry. Some of you might get angry. Some of you might get frustrated. And out of all those 3, you may want to quit while we're doing this. I will highly suggest you not do that. Highly. We've been in ritual this whole time. I've been activating and deactivating things inside of you this whole time. Don't turn away now. Embrace it. Apologize. Say, I apologize for ever being afraid of the most beautiful parts of me, which are my gifts. I apologize for thinking that you were bad. I apologize for thinking that you were wrong. I apologize for thinking that you weren't enough to make room for me in this world. For the people who don't know what their gifts are, your assignment is, I apologize for thinking that I don't possess any gifts. I am open to all the gifts that have been waiting to unfold inside of me. Something like that. Not verbatim. You don't have somebody like, what'd you say? Say that again? No, I want you to expand your consciousness, because as you open your brain, your gifts are going to spill out like warm golden oil. And they're going to fall all over you. Are y'all ready to hear this incantation? Please don't screen record the incantation. Okay, please don't. I'm not releasing them like that, so don't record the incantation. But I'm about to play it right now. Y'all gonna like this one. Y'all gonna like this one. My cell phone hot. Oh, why did I unplug it? It was on the little wireless charger thingy. I unplugged the speakers. Foolish. I was already listening to it. Y'all ready? Is you is or is you ain't? How do we start the letter? I, they, apologize to my gifts. I apologize for wrapping you in fear. I apologize for treating you like you were something to be afraid of, when embracing you means I'm really embracing myself fully. All right? I just noticed, bro, that was you. Biz, I just noticed that was you. I've been looking at that profile this whole time like, wait, who is that? I can't see the names because of the color of my hoodie and the color of the letters. I'm like, yep, you're writing right now. What was that? What it is, God, my bad, bro. I'm old sometimes.
My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect, my gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane, my gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface, embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open, my gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, my gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect, my gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane, my gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface, embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open, my gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, my gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect, my gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane, my gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface, embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open, my gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, my gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing,
oh my God.
You
don't even know what's happening to you right now.
Prosper, my gifts make me sane, my gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface, embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open, my gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, my gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect, my gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane, my gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface, embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open, my gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, my gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect, my gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane, my gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface, embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open, my gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, my gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace
that
them,
thing potent, bro. Did the spell potent, bro?
released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them
crying
to
is
open my
fine.
gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts,
and I'm choosing all of it.
My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them,
my gifts make me perfect.
My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my
your
gifts
child is
open,
safe.
I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper.
Keep writing your apology letter to your gifts. If you don't know what your gifts are, keep writing your letters to say you're willing to be open to your gifts.
I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it.
Yeah. Can y'all believe that was 5 minutes?
My gifts
that was 5
minutes.
minutes.
As I embrace them, my gifts make
we
me
playing
perfect.
outside of time.
My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes.
Surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all.
Put your name on the top.
Blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me.
I'm feeling my gifts good.
Is choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper, my gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts, I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen, I'm open, my gifts have been opened, I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious, choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it.
My crown tingling hard, bro.
And as I embrace them, my gifts make
Said, are we keeping this one too? No, I'll tell you what to do with this one.
released from
Just
the
keep
shame.
listening.
I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so good.
Actually, you are keeping this one. Thank you, Spirit, for the correction.
I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm
I'll
chosen.
let you know what to do.
I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts.
And I'm choosing all of it.
My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose. And as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose. And as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame.
Those of you writing your apology letter to your gifts, I want you to write at the end of that something along the line of, I embrace all of my gifts. I'll tell you what to do when we're done.
I'm open. My gifts have been opened.
My chest feels heavy. Breathe out of your chest. Breathe into your chest. Hold it here.
Blessing, my gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts
hold it here. Compress it, like push it really hard. Breathe into it.
I walk in my power. It comes to the surface.
Release your hands.
Always so worth it. I speak to my
then
gifts.
exhale.
To open my gifts, speak to me and
pressure.
I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen.
Breathe into the pressure.
My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me.
Release the pressure.
Is choosing my gifts.
Exhale.
And I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them,
and
my
purge.
gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released.
Say, yo, I literally just ended my letter that way. Y'all so amazing. With y'all amazing selves.
I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so
the head feels heavy and light at the same time.
My gifts are a blessing. My gifts
how do I say it? Because what I see when I'm looking at your crown, as you said that,
prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts
I hear the word manna. You know how in the Bible they call it manna from heaven? It's like manna. It's power. What's happening is it feels light because it's of the light. It feels heavy because it's a true essence. So what you want to do is you want to take your hands and you want to massage it.
And I'm choosing all of it.
You want to massage it. You know what I'm saying?
Are a blessing. My gifts have a
you want to massage it.
My gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so
you said the left side of your head is hurting? I want you to hold the left side of your head, and I want you to tell your hand to tell your head. That means put pressure on your head. Talk into your hand. It should flow from your mouth, back down your throat, up your arm, into your hand. Tell this side of your head you're no longer afraid of your gifts.
Blocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power.
Half of you is fighting.
Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open.
Said it's feeling hot, okay? Ears on fire. You may be getting your ears cleared so that you can hear.
I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts.
My left side hurts. Get up and stretch.
My gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me
do
sane.
these.
My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniquness. Always so
do these.
I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to.
Pain in my right ear. Go get a Q-tip real quick.
And I'm choosing.
Go get an ear. What they call them in Louisiana? Go get an ear digger. Bring me one of them ear diggers. Go get an ear digger.
Shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so.
My eyes keep wanting to close. Close them.
Open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper.
I told y'all this was an activation.
My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame.
I think I'm like playing around when I say this is a ritual. I'm not playing.
Uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts.
What does it mean if you don't feel anything? Sometimes you need to provide the feeling. Why don't you go ahead and get on up and bust a two-step?
The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts.
If your hands are tingling, rub them all over you.
Release from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface.
Because sometimes your gifts are contained to sometimes they're contained in one area, and that one area, sometimes there's not enough room to contain the fullness of it. So rub it all over.
Free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose.
They massage your arm. After you've massaged it for about 20-25 seconds, shake it out.
Release from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open.
Your arm is hurting because you think your gifts are too heavy.
I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing.
Said my allergies are awakening. That's your body purging.
My gifts make me prosper. My gifts.
So you wanna do a mucus sweep. You know what I'm saying? First thing tomorrow morning, you wanna get you some warm water, and you wanna put some key lime in it. 2 of them, not 1. 2 whole key lime. Squeeze that juice in there. Are they squeezing it out of the peanut? Y'all remember that from Rick Ross? Are they squeezing it out of the peanut? You wanna take you some warm key lime juice first thing in the morning to sweep.
Prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts.
So why do I dream that I wear white? Royalty.
I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my
gifts. Go drink you some water if you feel like you're choking. What I'm drinking is a detox drink. There's too much stuff in it for me to explain.
My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them.
You can do a nasal wash too.
Me and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it.
You said I'm cold. If you're at home, go get your blanket.
My gifts make me perfect. My gifts.
If you're cold and you're at home, go get your blanket. Wrap yourself up. Everything that you're feeling right now has a meaning because we're in ritual. Okay? It has a meaning because we're in ritual. So I want you to go get your blanket, and I want you to wrap yourself in your blanket until you feel warm. Part of the reason you feel cold is because feeling warm makes you feel the feeling of embrace. And you need to embrace your gifts. So go get your blanket. I want you to wrap yourself up like a Snuggie, a burrito. You know what I'm saying?
So worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it.
Why don't I know what I'm feeling right now? Because you're trying to feel. Sit still. Even if you feel nothing, doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes you don't need to feel. Sometimes the activation is instant. Sometimes the activation needs you to take a nap. Sometimes the activation needs you to take a shower. Sometimes the activation needs you to go eat dinner. Sometimes the activation needs you to go take a walk. It'll come to you.
My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and They say that I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose.
Gonna have to play the drums one time.
My gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen.
Oh, I got gifts.
I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen.
So many gifts.
I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened.
Y'all almost done with y'all letters?
The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are.
So how are you ending it? End your letter with,
my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me
I'm
prosper.
open
My
to my gifts.
My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak.
Yeah, it's
to my
okay
gifts.
if you only wrote half a page. It's up to you. I'm not judging how much you write.
I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it.
One more time.
My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it.
Hold on, answer that question.
My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts.
Had to burn a stick.
All of it. My gifts
I'm so ghetto,
my gifts
bro.
have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been
The
opened.
code that you write at the bottom of your paper, 5892. 5892, short code, 5892.
My gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. My gifts have been
You'll be fine in a moment.
The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect.
ain't
perfect.
done.
My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane.
5892 is the code. Write it at the bottom of the paper.
My power, it comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me
my
perfect.
Bluetooth speaker keeps powering on and off by itself. I mean, you shooting waves through your crib right now.
Comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always.
Yes, you can write the code all around the paper.
I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My gifts say I'm chosen. I'm open. I'm open.
Said I went to sleep and saw a white light flickering. Somebody turning the power on.
And I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame. I walk in my power. It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. My
everyone touch the paper.
I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me
I don't have Venmo, Bailey.
Prosper. My gifts make me sane. My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame.
Y'all touching the hell out of it.
It comes to the surface. Embracing uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I'm chosen.
Somebody touching the hell out the paper.
I'm open. My gifts have been opened. I'm free to be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it. My gifts are a blessing. My gifts have a purpose, and as I embrace them, my gifts make me perfect. My gifts make me prosper.
It's just for you to touch and agree.
My gifts are unblocked and released from the shame.
I said thank you sound weird. It's just for you to touch and agree.
Uniqueness is always so worth it. I speak to my gifts. I command them to open. My gifts speak to me, and they say that I'm chosen.
No, don't make meditations with the code, because the code will be pretty much dead after this live.
To be me. The choice is so obvious. Choosing my gifts, and I'm choosing all of it.
All right. Everybody calm down and breathe. Yeah, everybody calm down and breathe. Oh, you're welcome. Sorry. I'll release some codes for people to use later on. I'll release some codes. No, you don't burn the paper. Hold on now. 5892. Frit to 892. Not 50, but Frit to 8. Frit to 892. Frit to 892. Frit to 892. 5892. I'm sorry, I'm being funny. All right, moderators, you can, while I close up and I finish talking with these final talking points, moderators, please put my Cash App in the comments, my Zelle and my PayPal, and my Apple Pay for those that don't have any other choice but Apple Pay. I don't know if I like Apple Pay, but please, these are donation-based rituals, so if you have a donation, please send it. If you don't worry about it. These are donation-based rituals. Like I told y'all, I don't do none of this work for free. And if you've been in here this whole activation, you see that this is a complete work. This is a complete work, y'all. It's not a game. I'm really about this. I just found a way to do it over a large audience. You know what I'm saying? Over a large audience, do activations, readings, and the whole nine for a group of people, because none of you are here by accident. None of you are here by accident. You're all here because you've been running from your gifts. And so the way that I wanted to do these 52 days of ritual would be all donation based. So I don't have a set donation. Whatever you feel in your heart to send, that's the donation you send to my Cash App. My moderators are putting all that information in the comments. So that's where you send it to. With the piece of paper. Well, I'll wait for everybody to come back before I say that, because I know it's going to be people like, wait, I missed it. I'll wait on that. For those of you who participated today, I am so damn proud of y'all. I know that today was heavy. And it was a different type of heavy. It wasn't a heavy like, oh God, I can't take it. It was a heavy, like, I can take it, and I'm confused as to why I can take it. I'm so damn proud of each and every one of you for stepping up and saying that you embrace your gifts. I promise you. Somebody's gonna put my Zelle in the comments. I promise you. Yeah, it's okay that you typed it on your phone, as long as you try to like find a way to print it out later so you can do the other part of this exercise for the ritual. I'm so proud of y'all. I know it can be scary. I know it can be downright spine tingling to think about your gifts with the way that you've experienced your gifts as of lately. But I promise you that the more you embrace, the less you apply fear to your gifts, the more than that they have the opportunity to unfold in peaceful ways, not chaotic ways, not ways that's gotta like throw you off a cliff some freaking where just to get your attention. The more you embrace them, the more they can unfold for you. The more you embrace them, the more they can provide room for you in this world. A lot of your financial issues are getting ready to be over with. A lot of your health issues are getting ready to be over with. A lot of your relationship issues are getting ready to be over with, because the clarity on all of those things was locked behind you not embracing your gifts. And as you embrace your gifts, you move faster into the life that you truly desire versus being stuck behind and settling for the life that you don't desire. Don't be afraid to embrace your gifts. Don't be afraid to use your gifts. For the religious people, no, I don't have chime. For the religious people in here that's watching, if you don't embrace your anointing, are you really embracing God? That's my question to the religious folks watching. If you're not embracing your anointing, are you really embracing God? Are you really doing what God sent you to do? See, a lot of people say we need God. No, God needs you. That's why God sent you. You know what I'm saying? God sent you here to do something. Source sent you here to do something. The universe sent you here to do something. You didn't just come here to wake up and go to sleep all day, every day, eat until your belly rolling over the side of the bed. You ain't come here to do that. You came here to do something very important. Your purpose is important. 8 billion people in the world, and you don't think you're supposed to help none of them? You tripping. You tripping. So do you remember me from back in the day? TikTok circa 2020. I remember your face, not your name. Shoot me a message on my Instagram, Wild Wealthy Shaman. Or text my phone, it's on my website. You don't think you were sent for something? Why do you think it bothers you? Why do you think you get up every day and you feel sad because you're not doing nothing with your life? The reason you're not doing nothing with your life is because you're afraid of your gifts. Not because you're not capable of anything, not because there's not nothing to do, not because it's over for you, not because you've messed up tremendously and now there's no more grace over your life. No, you're literally stuck behind the fear of using your gifts. So you were one of the first people that encouraged me. Oh, wow. It's an honor. Well, welcome, veteran. Been rocking with me since 2020. It's been a ride, eh? It's been a ride. I need you to understand, you have purpose. You have purpose. And after y'all do what I tell y'all to do with this piece of paper tonight, you gonna start seeing it. I'll tell y'all what to do in a moment. Give me a moment. I don't want to tell y'all what to do while everybody's sending their donations. Then somebody got to come back in here and ask again. Then somebody come back here and ask again. I'm waiting on everybody to send their donations for today's ritual. And after that's done, then I'll get to that. We got about 10 minutes before I even get to that. So I'm just waiting while I'm encouraging you in this final step. They'll put my Zelle in the comments. You can no longer avoid how truly blessed and wonderful you are. After this, you can no longer avoid your gifts. After this, you can no longer avoid your purpose. Your purpose is getting ready to call louder than every distraction in your life. My question to you is, will you answer this time? Not only will you answer, will you actually follow through? I love you too. Will you actually follow through? Regardless of what you believe in. Regardless of what you believe in. It's calling you to do what it sent you to do. It's calling you. If you gonna answer, you might as well get about some action. If you gonna answer, you might as well get about some strength. If you gonna answer, you might as well become sure. Pay attention to the comments. My Zelle will be in the comments from my moderators. You might as well be sure. You know why you might as well be sure? Because Source is going to take care of you. Mark my words. There have been many, like years of provision set up for you should you embrace your gifts finally. Some of you, and I'm gonna keep saying it until somebody get in the comments and say I moved. Some of you need to move from where you're currently living. Some of you need to drop that relationship. Some of you need to cut off them friendships. Some of you need to stop some of them bad habits you have. Stop judging yourself for the habit and judge the habit. Tell it no longer has control over you. Some of you need to cut some people off in your life because they're blocking your gifts. Every time you embrace it, they call you weird. Cut them off. Every time you embrace how special you are, they tell you not that special. Cut them off. Every time you have a new idea of what you want to bring to life, somebody got an issue with it or pour fear into it. Cut them off. Stop talking to them. Stop interacting with them. Stop loving on them. Stop being there for them, because every time they're there for you, they destroy something. Go ahead and cut them off. Sometimes you got to move out your hometown. Move away from your family. Move away from the people that you've been most comfortable around. Sometimes it's okay for you to be uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable provides the space for Spirit to work miracles in your life and open up the pathways for your gifts to come out and spill out and bless and change the world. You can't change the world if you're constantly sitting there in the same frequency all day, all night, all year, all for the last 10. You've been doing it long enough. It is time for you to get up and embrace it. I promise you, at least this way. I can't guarantee the world's gonna embrace you, but I embrace you. I can't guarantee that the world's gonna love you, but I love you. I can't guarantee that the world's going to accept you, but I accept you. Nothing you do is weird to me. Nothing you do is strange to me. Nothing you do is off. Nothing you do is evil. Nothing you do is ignorant. Nothing you do is stupid. Everything you do is special because you were created unique, which means beauty is defined by you. Anointing is defined by you. Gifts are defined by you. Peace defined by you. Joy defined by you. Define your bliss and do that shit. I told y'all this yesterday, and I don't know if I said it today, but I'm gonna say it again. God never, hear me and hear me clear, God never has a plan for your life that is outside of your template. Yeah, that's me, Giorgio. Don't you tell nobody my government name. The source, God, the creator, the universe, who I call the supreme architect, never has anything for you that is outside of who you are. Never. Never. So your fear of your anointing, your fear of your gifts is directly disrespectful to what created you. Remember how I said protection is key, protection is important? You got to understand that your gifts are the very thing that protect you. What is it protecting you? It's protecting you from all that drama. It's protecting you from all that negativity. It's protecting you from all them lies. It's protecting you from manipulation. It's protecting you from physical danger. It's protecting you from emotional damage. It's protecting you from new traumas. It's protecting you from being broke. It's protecting you from being low. It's protecting you from being depressed. It's protecting you from being full of anxiety. It's protecting you from taking your own life. 555 on my clock, but you gotta embrace it. You got it. Your Savior is in you. The thing that's going to change your life is in you. It's not on you. It's in you. and it's trying to come out of you. And if you would just let it out of you, you would finally see that life itself is worth living. The reason you feel like nobody will support it is because you keep kicking it around people who never supported you. Don't think the world's gonna treat you the same. I'm a living testimony. The people around me, never. Unless I was doing what they liked. Never. Never. Now look at me. And when I look at you, I see you doing the same thing. Being embraced by the people you were sent to assist. I don't give a damn if you want to start a daycare. Nobody's going to embrace your idea that can't be a part of your idea. So allow your gifts to unfold. Allow your purpose to reveal itself to you. And watch the people you're supposed to assist begin to show up in your life. We're at 311 people in this live right now. The very first day of the ritual had like 110, maybe 120, 130 tops. We are at 360. Damn, we are at 360,000 likes. We breaking new records every day. Why? Because I'm obedient to what I was told to do. You know what you're supposed to do. If the people closest to you don't embrace what you're supposed to be doing, then you need to embrace some other people. You need to embrace some other places. You need to embrace some new spaces. You need to embrace the idea that you don't have to be where you are in order to get to where you want to be. For the religious folks watching right now, are ye of little faith? Mustard seeds. Mustard seed faith says a decision. I'm deciding to walk in what God sent me to do begins to change your life off top. For the woke folks in here, a decision changes the very trajectory of your manifestations. You thought you wanted a new car. Universe gonna give you two. Well, what I need two cars for? No. You don't need two cars. You're being given two cars because you're trusted to give one away. You can't even be a blessing because you haven't noticed that you are the blessing. Why should you fear what you are when you know you would never hurt yourself? If you want double, I like that spirit. I like that. If you want double for your trouble, if you want double for your trouble, you're gonna have to get away from the trouble and embrace the fact that your gifts hold the solution. Take me serious when I say that you're special. Chosen. I don't know if you hear me. Use the both of them. Both of them. Chosen. Chosen. I don't think you hear me though. I don't think you really hear me though. I don't think you really hear me though. Chosen. And one day during this 52 days, I'm gonna have to stop explaining it this way. But when I say God, I mean source. When I say source, I mean God. When I say universe, I mean God. When I say supreme architect, I mean God. You are chosen. Do you really know what that means? Do you know how special that makes you in the eyes of the supreme architect? Chosen. You know how you walk around, bro? Do you know how you walk around every day and you try to tell yourself, God, I trust you. God, I trust you. Universe, I trust you. Like I trust you. I really trust you. I'm doing my best to trust you. Whole time you chosen. That means God looking back at you saying, ho, back it up. I trust you. Oh my God. Oh my God. I trust. My God, bruh. I trust you. The reason that I had to tell you that is because even after all of this that I've been doing in this live, you still, for a millisecond, an inkling of a moment, felt unworthy. That's the biggest lie you just told yourself. Because if Source is saying, I trust you, what does that make you? Come on, there it is. Worthy. 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 Facts on that one too. Whoever said Source. Facts. Worthy. 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 Let that play in your spirit for the rest of your life. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. Worthy. For the rest of forever. I'm worthy. No matter what my situation look like right now, I'm worthy. No matter who don't like what I was sent to do, I'm worthy. No matter who mock my name, throw dirt on my name, talk about me like a dog, talk about me behind my back, tries to do something to cancel the plan that's over my life, I'm still worthy. No matter how my boss is treating me at work, no matter how my significant other is treating me at home, no matter what my situation looks like, I'm still worthy. And as long as I remember that I'm worthy, that means I can move beyond anything that's trying to stop me from receiving what the Source has for me. Because I'm worthy. I can't wait to come to South Africa. I'm telling y'all better meet me at the airport, bruh. Don't meet me at the airport. I'm gonna go right in the airport and get back on the plane. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go right in the airport, get right back on the plane. I'll do it. 8-hour flight. I can take 8 hours back. Yo, I'm worthy. I'm worthy. On my worst day, I'm worthy. Well, you're not throwing the letter away. What you're doing is stuffing it in your pillowcase. And you're not pulling the letter out of your pillowcase until you have evidence of your gifts. If you're someone in here who doesn't know their gifts, that means don't remove the paper from your pillowcase until you get a sign and a signal. The reason I want you to sleep on it is because when you're asleep, you're open to the influence of what is for you instead of being doubtful, because you're not conscious of doubt until you get over to the other realms. You're gonna put it in your pillow. You're gonna put it in your pillow. And I'm not playing. don't take it out until you get evidence. If you've been having a hard time embracing your gifts, don't pull the piece of paper out until it gets easy to embrace your gifts. I don't care if by the time you pull the paper out, it done turned to dust. Don't pull it out until you're sure of your gifts, confident in your gift, okay with operating in your gift. I know you gotta wash your pillowcase. That means transfer it from one pillowcase to another. Don't wash it. I want you to be conscious of the piece of paper, because the more conscious you are of the piece of paper, the more your spirit is going to seek to embrace that which you've been avoiding the most, and that is your gifts. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I meant don't wash the piece of paper. Don't throw it in the washer. Just switch pillowcases. I mean that. Thank you. I love y'all. Said, what if we don't sleep with a pillow though? Is there an alternative? Day, you don't sleep with a pillow? If you don't sleep with a pillow, put it on your person. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere on your person. If you sleep in a bra, put it in the bra. You know what I'm saying? If you don't sleep in a bra, there's nowhere for you to absolutely put it at all. Hold on to it. If you got a fupa, put it under your fupa. Just keep it on you. You can put it under your sheet, yep. Put it under your bed. Anywhere near you as you sleep. Yeah, put it under your fupa. What you mean? I used to put blue kyanite in my belly button. It's big enough. Look. Big chunk of blue kyanite. Just push this on in there. Yep. Just walked around in it with it in my belly button like Steven Universe. I'm telling you. I'm trying to get out my fupa. I don't want to find uses for it now. That's probably why you can't get rid of it yet, because you ain't found no use for the fupa. It's just there. Use the fupa. You're welcome. I ain't had no choice but to embrace my gifts. I love you too, Kiana. I love you too. I ain't have no choice. Yep, you can fold it. It might be better if you fold it. You won't rip it. I didn't have a choice. For me, it was life or death. It was do what I was sent to do or die. And although I didn't have a problem with dying, the problem was not completing what I was sent to do, which means I couldn't really leave. You wrote it in your phone? That's okay. Wake up every day and read it. Before you go to bed, read it. When you wake up first thing in the morning, read it. When you go to bed that night, read it. You're supposed to write an apology letter to your gifts. Thank you, Bailey, for promoting my private sessions, and Dave for doing the same. All my moderators, y'all the goats. Y'all just don't know it. Y'all the goats. Y'all helped me have a stress-free live stream, and I'm so grateful. That's it. That's it. Put the letters under your pillow or in your pillowcase, which is still under the pillow. And that's that. They don't even say it. I haven't even posted the new updated price of the 7 days of self-mastery. She gonna say it. I knew it. And there it is. Go get them 7 days. Go get them 7 days. The code is for the correlation between me and you. Yeah, there's a code. Somebody give him the code. Give him the code. There goes the code, 5892. No, don't burn it. Keep it. Keep it until you're confident in your gifts. If you want to pull it out your pillow, put it in your purse or your wallet, don't touch it, don't remove it, don't throw it away. Keep it until you're confident in your gifts and or you get evidence of your gifts. Then you can get rid of it. Not a day before. Well, how would you know it's the day before? You wouldn't. So you get what I'm saying. Everybody get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Oh yeah, let's get these screenshots real quick. First, we're going to get these numbers because 421,000 likes, that's freaking major. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these screenshots. We all the way up. It's Portal Gang or nothing. Sexy face. Goofy face. Make it look like I'm making a point. Pimp hand strong. No. Oh my God. Oh God. I'm goofy. Y'all know I'm goofy. Don't judge me. God pose, you said? What's the God pose? Let me see if I can get that one together. Just one face is my God pose. My normal look. Watch. Okay. I love y'all so much. Oh, wait. Before I let y'all go, I gotta pick what tomorrow's ritual is gonna be. I can't believe we on day 8. Say, can you just smile? Oh, I didn't give you a normal one yet? My bad. My fault. All right. I come on at 3 o'clock p.m. CST. That's a full-blown ritual, though. I didn't forget, TikTok didn't let me give them away. So I gotta wait to give away the 2 free subscriptions. Tomorrow's ritual, I was trying to wait, but tomorrow's ritual is going to be poverty. Destroying poverty, blocking poverty, expelling poverty, exorcising poverty. That one, now that's gonna be bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A, yes. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be wild. Totally far out. No, I've never used azurite. I don't really connect with crystals. I just love blue kyanite. Me and blue kyanite got a thing going on. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go there about poverty. I'll eat. Don't trip. I got this. I've been doing better. Yeah, it's gonna keep getting better too. Watch. It's gonna keep getting better. Watch. Tomorrow, poverty. We're going to do a ritual. I might have to go get some supplies because I might have to really ritual that one out. But like really, really, really deep ritual work for that. I don't know yet. All depends on how I feel when I get up first thing in the rising. But tomorrow, 3 p.m. CST, we're gonna be doing the ritual for poverty, to block poverty. I'm talking about everybody named Mama better be in here, or I'm gonna tell everybody that your car rolls on skateboard wheels. Okay? That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna tell everybody. I gotta get that screenshot. That's epic. 440,000 likes. Y'all went crazy. Go massage y'all fingers. Stop clicking the screen. Stop it. It's enough, thumbkins. But yeah, I love y'all so much. Y'all know the Cash App. If you haven't sent your donation yet, that's where you send it to. I love y'all so much. I love you 360. I love you 360. Let's do this protection prayer and let's get up out of here. All right? Everybody close your eyes. Protection, protection. I declare protection against all entities who are against my perfection. Any hiding within, you are now ejected. Any energy in the wrong, you are now corrected. Protection, protection. I declare protection. I call upon the powers of my heavenly sections. I declare myself cloaked to be unseen by the unseen. I declare myself safe from the unclean. I declare a shield around me that can't be penetrated by anything. Protection, protection. I declare protection. Anything that tries to penetrate it gets instant rejection. I declare it reflected back to its source, a quadruple dose of its infection. Protection, protection. I declare protection. And it is so because of my I am presence. Ashe, ashe, asheo. Hey. Amen. Amin. Amun. So mote it be. In the name of Jesus, in the name of whoever you worship, end it how you must. It's universal. I love y'all so much. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Report back here on the morrow for the poverty ritual. That's gonna be crazy. But we gonna really talk about it. All right? I love you 360. Mwah! Times infinity. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Text my phone or hit me on Instagram if you need me. All right? Peace.